Everyone, Eric Watson here, freelance writer, player of games, writer of Voyager, recorder of videos, and a tabletop role-playing aficionado. Welcome to Patreon D&D, where platinum-level patrons and I get together to play Dungeons & Dragons via Discord and Roll20. These sessions are entirely supported by patrons of patreon.com/roguewatson. Patrons also get exclusive access to private videos, custom 5e content, and participate in monthly DM roundtables and these Patreon D&D games. These games are not live-streamed, but are recorded for your viewing pleasure. You can watch more D&D sessions, reviews, and crafting streams on my channel. Read recaps at roguewatson.com and listen to all of these shows with the Rogue Watson podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts. You can join our official Discord server with invite link in the description below. Our music is by Kevin MacLeod. Our amazing original character art was done by Jimmy McClure. Welcome to Chapter 5, Episode 3 of our Empire of the Ghouls campaign, designed by Richard Green and published by Kobold Press. This session, I am joined by patrons. Amit playing Snips, the catfolk swashbuckler rogue / fighter.
Hello.
Brandon playing Bahn, the Kobold Bard College of Whispers.
Hey there.
Jason playing Zaberi, the human battlemaster fighter / wizard.
You're getting it. You're almost getting it.
I'll get it someday. Morgan playing Millie.
Right.
You almost break my balls about it too. Playing Millie, the human way of the Kensei Monk.
Hello.
And Stan playing Alaric, the dhampir Death Domain Cleric / Bard. A lot of multi-classes this time, I just realized. Also, very frontline heavy party this time, which is very interesting. We've had entire groups that were nothing but spellcasters. And this time, almost all frontline fighters. Previously on Empire of the Ghouls, after meeting new party member Millie, an elderly human monk searching for her lost comrades, the party arrived in the Pit of All Flesh Outpost, the largest outpost in the Ghoul Imperium, and home to the titular arena, a popular pilgrimage site and entertainment venue for worshippers of dark gods. The outpost was the party's first real test at blending into the Ghoul Imperium using their magical disguise. Inside, Millie saw one of her former companions as a corpse being dragged from the arena ground to the local tavern. She ran to investigate, splitting the party as Rai and Zaberi ran after her, while Alaric and Bahn continued to the admin building to get their traveling papers sorted. Inside the tavern, Millie slipped into the kitchen, quickly dispatched the skeleton porters, and discovered the kobold chef was a cowardly revolutionary. He had even developed a poison that only works on undead and handed some over to Millie. Rai met a seductive vampire drinking at the tavern who revealed that a Darrow warrior was recently sent to the pit, the first lead on finding the Darrow cult that worships Narrowzane, and more importantly, hopefully knows how to contact him. Zaberi helped keep the tavern from erupting into chaos as Bahn and Alaric returned, Bahn having thoroughly enjoyed his bureaucratic meeting, saving the party many a coin and headache with proper traveling papers. Reunited, the party made it past the military ghouls guarding the arena itself, with the promise to deliver their human prisoners as the newest sacrifice for the pit. At some point, Rai, I like to think canonically now, Rai did just disappear with that vampire. And is not to be seen at the moment. And Snips catches up with you all as you all head from the outpost into the actual pit arena that this whole place is named after. I can briefly take you to this map, which I took the liberty, this map is still, I'm trying to kind of block it off as you explore it, but I've also tried to create a trail based on where you've been, so it's a little less disorienting, hopefully. But you were all in an actual, like, outside, outpost area with a lot of different buildings and taverns and stuff, and now you've got your paperwork sorted, and you're going into the arena itself, which it's probably worth just redoing that description for you all. Once a cavern filled with stone columns and beautiful crystal formations, the stone-carved arena is all that remains, creating a massive 80-foot wide, 20-foot deep pit surrounded by stone steps for spectators to cheer, jeer, gasp, and gamble. The stands are filled with a variety of undead, as well as a few kobolds, myconid, dwergar, and other underworld denizens. Some ghouls and shackled humanoids walk through the stands carrying baskets of body parts to sell as snacks to hungry patrons. The pit is filled with jellied flesh, bloody viscera, and endless piles of bones. Smell is overwhelming. A mass of humanoids, from well-armed to nearly naked, run through the arena, attempting to battle or mostly avoid several Darakul hunters, including one astride a massive carrion beetle. In the middle of the arena is another smaller pit. Occasionally, a large gray tentacle comes shooting out to grab anyone who ventures too close. You all are marching, and you've got your, I think, 8 human prisoners still shackled. Millie, I think, is also still pretending to be a prisoner. The rest of you are disguised as Darakul. In fact, I think it's Snips who actually holds the book that can make everybody Darakul magically disguised. And you've made it past the just guards at the arena. Now, as you approach, you can see there are places to go up into the stands. And then there's technically you could go straight ahead and eventually you'd make it to the actual arena grounds itself, which are guarded by a pair of Imperial Ghouls who look expectantly at your approaching group of human prisoners.
Okay, so we made it through the gates. Let me make sure I understand.
Yeah.
We made it through the gates. We're all walking through. There's 2
So picture
stairs.
You're going to like a football game or something,
Yep.
or whatever, and you've made it into the arena itself. You're not in the actual field, right?
Yep.
You're in like the part where you can now go up into the stands, or you could try to make your way down onto the arena grounds. It's obviously not as huge as a modern day football stadium, but
and we have two goals: get Millie's friends if they're still alive, and rescue this one Darrow prisoner. And then Alaric looks at Millie, and then we burn the place.
I like that burning the place idea. Let's get to that as quickly as we can.
I'm more than willing to start that at any time. We just want to make sure that we accomplish the 2 other things. Because when I start this, it's going to be a little indiscriminate.
Easy there, Tiger. Let's
Justice can be blind after all. And I believe this is the most evil place we've encountered so far.
How many people are in this stadium? I say people, I mean potential bad guys.
right, there's some people. A lot. You look up and there's more than you can count just when you glance up there. It is a full arena full of people. And as I said, they are all manner of people. Some of them look like humans. Others are definitely undead. And everything in between that you can't tell. There's a few mushroom, like plant people. Darrow, some kobolds. Lots of ghouls and Darakul. Just all manner of creatures that you would normally think of that would be in the underworld are here. And the stands are pretty full. And the arena floor is pretty full as well. There's a lot of action going on down there.
So when we came down that road to get into this place, we had passed a barracks. Is there a connection between this location and the barracks, like an adjoining wall, anything like that we can tell?
There's really not, because this is all built into a cave system. So it's really its own separate space. There's like the outpost, and then you kind of went through this giant kind of carved in tunnel, and then it opens up in this vast cavern that's been hewn out over several levels. So everything is just made out of the rock and stone.
Since we couldn't determine how many troops were in the barracks, just like to know how far away they are.
Yeah.
So
you think it might take them, a couple minutes. You never went in the barracks or saw anything, but you think it would take a couple minutes for anything to happen. Now, you do recall there were 2 military posted guards that you passed just a few moments ago at the end of last session, who were kind of at the entrance of this whole place, making sure everybody's got like paperwork and stuff.
And the 2 guards in front of us are like access. Does it look like it's to the arena itself, or does it look like it's to like the locker rooms instead?
I like that we're keeping with the analogy. It looks like it's to the actual floor of the arena, like where the shit's going down. They're the ones guarding that space. You think they're both maybe guarding people from wandering in, or at least checking people from going in. In fact, if you stand there for a second, you might see, a random person who's like really shabbily dressed or whatever. They seem to walk up. The guards talk to him. Some coin gets passed, and that person enters the actual arena.
Like the pit
Yeah.
is what we're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think
Is this the only entryway to the arena? There's only one point in and out.
It would be the only way to walk straight, but obviously and you can see there's about a 20-foot distance between the lowest stands and the arena floor. But technically that's all accessible all the way around. But this is the only way to just go straight in and out, would be where these pair of guards are.
So what you're saying is there's a potential streaker problem.
there may be a potential. If anything, they don't have a streaker problem because half the people on the arena floor are like near naked running around. So that is definitely not a problem they have. They embrace the streaker, I guess.
Okay, so this isn't like a gladiator arena where there's like floor compartments that open up, or you're saying there's not like a door on the 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock side. Like the only entrance that we see is this main entrance.
Well, except for this mysterious dark pit in the very middle of the arena floor, is you can't see in there. The only thing you can see is occasionally a large tentacle comes out.
Come out.
Yeah. But otherwise, yeah, you don't actually see any other. It looks very rudimentary. Like I said, it's carved out of a cavern. It's not exactly a modern building.
What's the area of the floor again?
80 foot wide and 20 foot deep.
I'm gonna go ahead and put you guys on the map since we're discussing.
Oh.
I added a little bit to the bottom end, so forgive the lack of map art down there, but otherwise I found. Shout out to the Battle Arena Constructor map on Roll20. I think this looks pretty awesome.
Okay, so there's no way that we're going to be like going around to look for another entrance or anything like that. Okay.
Doesn't look like it from your point of view, other than it looks like right now, if you wanted to, anybody could walk up into the stands, except for Millie and the prisoners. You think that would be like the guards are looking at you, like craning their necks, like expecting you to come forward. You think it would be very conspicuous if you did anything but that, at least with them. But for the rest of you, you've already made it to the point where you could go into the stands, or you could walk up and chat with the guards into the floor itself.
Okay.
Millie's gonna start stretching. She's gonna get her calves all worked up and everything. Start like kind of stretching out her hands like that. And underneath like the robes that she's wearing, she has her entertainer outfit on, and she kind of like tries to pull it down and put it around her waist. So her like she has this kind of outfit that is made of a whole bunch of different patches of different kinds of fabrics and stuff like that, all sewed together. And she kind of stretches there, and she has no sleeves, and she has these giant tattoos running up and down both of her arms. And she goes, "Well, I guess it's about time that we get into this arena and start fighting then. Anyone want to join me, or am I going to be the only one going in there?"
You want to take your manacles off first?
No, Bahn is like vigorously shaking his head no. And go ahead.
So, and to catch up for Amit, when Millie joined, she never did do the ritual and refused it, I believe, pointedly, to be transformed into a dark ghoul. So the whole time she's having to pretend that she's one of also the prisoners as part of the group here.
She's Chewbacca with the handcuffs, the binders.
Which I think the prisoners were from 2 sessions ago now. You kept them the entire last session. You parked them at a parking spot.
Slave stables.
Yep.
Bond's gonna say, "Consort, get that one in line," and then step forward toward the guard and say, "I've got a couple ones that I've got money on here. I expect them to do well. Where can I make sure they get started?"
One of the guards kind of cranes a neck and just kind of sneers and says, I don't think they're going to last but 5 seconds in there. Look at them, scrawny and dead-eyed. Look like you bought them right out of some noble's house.
Yeah, except one of them. One of them's gonna kick everything's ass. That's the one I've got all my money on. If you want, you should get in on it too. I can place a bet for you.
Standard fee, 50 gold per person.
He looks confused. Is this 50 gold per person to enter the pit? Or... Yeah, I don't think I understand. What does that mean?
Yeah, that's what he's saying. He's looking at him and he's expecting payment to get inside the pit.
What's the payoff?
How do you win this?
Are you all asking sidebar against each other, asking the guard?
I'm gonna say something to the extent of like, I'm from far away. I'm not quite sure I understand the nature of this combat.
Yeah, Bahn's like, I thought these fighters were like my payment. I thought they were how we get in.
When they kind of side eye each other and said, "You see, everybody thinks they can just march their own slaves in here, and then it's some kind of donation. There's a lot of work, you know. We got to process the bodies." And the one says,
Bahn like looks at the gore on the ground.
"Yeah, what are you processing, man?" The other one kind of shrugs and says, "The Lord of all flesh likes to eat, though." Yeah, I guess. If you're asking what you get out of it, it's the glory of satisfying the Lord of all flesh, avatar of Verdizane himself. Those of you know that Verdizane is the hunger god. And he jerks his hand at a large tentacle as it comes out of the deep, dark pits. And of course, the entertainment is what you get.
Bahn's gonna take like half a step this way,
Okay.
like in further, and I want to look around the crowd to see if I notice anybody that like stands out as like super important.
Make a
or,
perception check.
Like a regal station that they're sitting in.
Oh. In the stands or in the arena?
In the
You
stand.
mean like a VIP box?
Yeah, like a VIP box or like right behind home plate or
Sure, yeah.
Perception.
Checking out the loges.
Presidential suite.
And I'm gonna burn my inspiration. For 16.
Okay. It looks like the best spot of the house. What you notice is the opposite end of the entrance that you're at now, the far end, does appear to be a little more elevated, appears to be sectioned off, and only Darakul are in that position. It's hard to tell, the exact reasoning or anything, but you do note that the stands are filled with all manner of creatures, but that one box area, maybe 20, 30 feet across, at the other end is a little bit more elevated and only features Darakul in it. You do see Darakul all among the other stands as well.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
With your perception... Sorry. I choke on myself. With your perception check, you also, as you're craning your neck to see, you catch a well-armed Darrow backing up from a Darakul hunter near the edge of the pit, and a tentacle comes and wraps around his leg, and he gives a yelp, and it drags him into the pit.
So
Such a Wilhelm scream.
No Wilhelm scream, actually.
Indiscriminate. I've got one.
There you go.
Okay, there you go.
That's not too bad.
as Millie sees the guy being pulled into the pit, she's gonna say, "Is that someone that you're looking for? Should I get in there and help them?"
Bahn looks.
The guard says,
Goes
I'll
back-
tell you what, you got a lot of moxie, little one. You put all your slaves inside, and we'll let you in there too, all for the price of 50 gold. I got a
Bahn
nice
looks-
bet that I don't think you're gonna make it out.
Rick, can you explain that arrangement to me? I don't quite understand.
They seem perplexed that you seem perplexed. Like you get the feeling everybody here, Zaberi, it's like almost like a religious fervor. Like you're paying for the privilege of being able to get on this sacred ground and just engage in bloody warfare and then try to survive, basically, as long as you can.
Yeah, no, I mean, I didn't understand like the numbers. Like, can't we just pay 50 gold to send a nice old lady in?
That seems to be what it is.
Yeah.
Bahn's only got 10 gold on him.
I have gold. I have gold. The only thing is, I don't think Zaberi is gonna be like, "Yep, let's just send a bunch of send our guys in there."
Right, you've reached that point of
He's
like,
not that kind of character.
What do we do with these
Push.
guys?
So Bahn's gonna be like, well, I thought that these were my donation. I didn't realize that wasn't the case. I mean, if that's what's happening, then I'm not sure that I need to make the donation.
You brought them all the way here and you're not going to put them in the pit?
Well, he kind of just like, this is preposterous.
They're either
I've never
food
been
or
treated
fun,
so
or they could be both.
And he comes back to the group and he says, well, guys, I'm out of ideas.
Make
Nope.
me invisible and I can rescue him.
I got
just be
50
super clear,
gold
the person-
pieces
the
in my
Darrow that's in
pocket
there-
if someone wants.
Right.
Oh, go ahead, young lady.
This is just me as me. Sorry, I don't. So, is this the Darrow that we're looking for? I don't know what it looks like.
We just know it was a captured Darrow, right?
Okay, so we don't know anything else about them. Age, looks, hair, voting
Nope.
preference. Okay.
You don't have much of a lead.
So, are there
This
any
is-
other Darrow around? Like, wouldn't there be a lot? So I don't really know the human geography of the area. Like, is there Darrow around, or
Yeah.
is this like?
Darrow are decently common in the underworld, but they're also uniformly despised by everybody else because the entire race is insane. Like there was something that happened in their past and they carry on this like genetic trauma to where they're all like criminally insane and no other people can like really abide by them for very long. So when you look around and see, you might occasionally see a Darrow somewhere, but they're just like kicked and like treated very horribly by everybody and not trusted. What you would be looking for is a Darrow that looks capable, I guess. And you just saw one that looked like a warrior, but that was the one that dragged into the pit within the pit.
Sorry, when you said he was dragged, is he not there anymore? Like, is he in the black and disappeared?
He is. Yes, I've created a nice, friendly black zone here that you cannot see into, trying to mimic the fact that it's technically not a line of sight blocker, but it's a pit and you're far away, so you can't see into the bottom of the pit. So it's at least low enough down where you can't see where that is.
Could still be alive.
Could still be alive. Yeah, I like that.
Bahn says with Alaric, he goes, yeah, I don't mind to do it, but it only lasts a minute.
I know. But if we get him, so I can get him out, you guys will need to get him out of here, and I'll start the party.
Get the slaves out of here?
Find out who's the Darrow, help Millie get her people, In 1 minute, I will create as much carnage as I can. I may not be able to follow you afterwards. But and points across with at the Dargul on the other side. They most likely will all be dead.
Bahn looks at the 2 guards and then looks around again. Are there other guards like immediately in the area? Or are these the only 2 that are like stopping? I know that there was those 2 a little further back, but I don't know spatially how close we are to them.
In terms of the arena grounds, what you can see, yeah, these are the only 2 here. What you can see is that there are assuming you can see that far, let's see. Yeah. You can see what look like several Darakul, which are the important intelligent ghouls, in full warrior mode. They've got their these like axes and shields, and they are in the fray, just like attacking and killing all the other people in here. And there's a 4th one on top of a carrion beetle, which you also witnessed from the one that you got these prisoners from. Yeah. They can spit the acid and they're just big and powerful. And it is just, and there's one that's just guiding it. It is like just mowing people down and leeching the acid. Like they are just going through, and maybe they got you get the feeling maybe they paid to go in so they can just kill people and hunt for sport.
Bahn
What's your character's name again? Forgot. What's Grandma's name again?
Millie.
Millie. Yes. Okay. I'm like gonna nudge you, and I'm like, "Are your friends around? See anybody?"
Do I see any of the rest of my troop out there, or
How many-
are they not in the arena?
Yeah, how many did you have?
Let's say about 15 in our group.
Oh, wow. I know there was one name that was special to you, right?
Zingo.
Zingo. You look and you see. Yes, you probably see several of your party members in various states, former comrades, in various states of distress. Maybe 1 or 2 of them are just dead on the floor. You do not, however, see Zingo.
Millie then turns to Zaberi and says, "Well, Zingo's not here, but a few of my troops here, so we can't wait around much longer." And she pulls 50 gold out of her pocket, and she just tosses it, like flips it up towards the guard and says, "Well, enough waiting here. I'm going in." And she starts walking up.
Yeah. The guard scowls when he has to like grab the coin from the floor, but glances up at you and sees your like tatted up arms and everything, and the other one just kind of does this like kind of a face at the other one and shrugs and takes the money and kind of nods to you. They do mention to you, Millie, and they actually don't seem to mind that you're not Darakul, which is interesting when you're coming in. They seemed like, hey, if you've got the money, because there's plenty of people inside the arena who aren't Darakul as well. But they do mention, do not kill the Darakul hunters inside. You can attack, you can survive, but they are employed by the arena and the outpost, and do not kill them.
"Oh, so they're weaklings and you don't want them to get damaged. Got it. No problem, Sonny. I can take care of this."
Damage
And
them all you
she
want.
actually activates. She activates her tattoos at this point too, which I think I have that on here. Let's
Bahn is
see.
totally confused on what the hell's happening.
I've lost
takes
control.
the
Yeah.
She
opportunity.
has some. Where do I have that? It's her magical tattoos. They're the Eldritch Claw tattoo. And let's see, there's a whole bunch of things with it, so I'll copy and paste. Did that work? There we go.
Oh my god. That's
So she's activating the Eldritch Maul, which is, as a bonus action, you can empower the tattoo for 1 minute. For the duration, each of your melee attacks with a weapon or an unarmed strike can reach a target up to 15 feet away from you, as inky tendrils launch towards the target. In addition, your melee attacks deal an additional 1d6 force damage on a hit. Once used, this bonus action can't be used again until next dawn.
All right.
So she powers that up, and so these tendrils start coming off of her arms. She then reaches into her purse and pulls out her longsword. And
reaches into her purse and pulls out her longsword. What the fuck kind of shaped purse do you carry?
4 feet long.
Yeah, she has a huge
one
purse.
guy.
It's like one of those big granny purses, and she pulls a longsword out of it. And she takes it in both of her hands. And you said it's a 20-foot drop?
No, from the stands,
Right?
it's a 20-foot drop, but you guys are still on the level.
Oh,
You're like in the tunnel, like you're the team coming out onto the field, basically. Like you could still go and off to the sides and get up into the stands, but you're on the tunnel with the guards actually saying, like, yeah, you go right past us. You're in the arena floor.
okay. Then I'm going to have her kind of run up the wall because she can, with her monk abilities, she can walk across. Where is it?
You're like, but I'm going to do a cool jump, damn it.
Yeah. Yeah, she's going to run across the wall. I think it's this one. You have the ability to move along vertical surfaces and across liquids. So she is going to kind of run along the wall and up as high as she can. And where's the closest enemy?
All of the ones with the purple rings are going to be the Darkhool that are currently engaged with everybody else. And I'm obviously not going to try to simulate all the tokens on this field, but just picture a mass of people moving, running, some of them dodging, some of them escaping, others trying to fight, but that's what's going on in this floor. But the guys with the purple
Okay, then
rings...
what's she going to do then is she's going to kind of go, let's see, she has a 60-foot move, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. So she runs right up to that guy, and she just starts swinging. Actually, she'll swing once at him with her sword, if that's okay, two-handed.
Yes, hold that thought because I just want to see when Millie does this, which is very dramatic and visually impressive. What are the rest of you doing? I will give everybody a chance to react in some way when you see that because you have a second when she actually pays the money, and then she just takes off like a fucking acrobat, just like running up along the walls right inside, and the guards seem to accept that. They just kind of watch it, and one of them's like, "Damn."
Pulling out 50 gold is what I'm doing. Apparently this she's Leroy Jenkins her way in
That's
there. So
right.
let's go.
Bahn
I
casts
look at her
spell.
bills like, does everybody have gold?
Right, and it looks like, yeah, I almost missed that. It looks like Bahn was casting Greater Invisibility on Alaric. Is this correct?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Okay.
Like as she was distracting.
I assume you try to
the
like,
guard
yeah, you
and
like
stuff.
hide Alaric a little bit.
Two of you went around a corner and only one came back.
Right.
I pushed him to the back of the slaves and then
Okay.
cast it on him
Form a wall.
there as it's happening.
It's a 20-foot climb, right, to
To the
like this
to the
wall
stands,
right
it
here.
is. Yes. To the lowest
And
stand.
then I assume, or can I tell if anyone in the stands, are they typically armed? Are they not armed? They're just spectators, or
It honestly, just a brief glimpse around, you've got all sorts. You've got folks who are fully like got everything on them, weapons, everything, and others have nothing on them and they just look like they came strolling out of the house. But there are a lot of like undead. There's a lot of ghouls. There's straight up vampires. in the audience, and you would know that like none of those necessarily need weapons to be a dangerous threat.
Okay. But no one that poses a threat that we think of. We are under the impression that they're just here to observe.
That is what you think, yes. Yeah, they
Okay,
look like they're having a
so,
good time, just watching the grounds, and they're not hostile to anybody right now.
All right. So for now, I will pay my 50 gold, and I will hop on to the ledge, just like this corner here.
Okay.
Which I can do.
If you want to go up into the stands, I can move you to the actual stands.
Yeah. Well, I was right. I'm just gonna go right here, like right on the corner. Just perch myself
Okay.
onto the corner, like onto the ledge somewhere.
Yeah, I think I can put
That'd be
you.
good.
Hopefully, you don't get stuck there, but that's like right on the line.
That's fine.
Whichever one you prefer. All right, so Snips, all one of the guards like, oh, he's just running along the walls these days. Zaberi, you are paying the money and just walking in, is what it sounded like.
Well, I think maybe she pulls out money. I think I heard that Bahn doesn't have money.
I think that is correct. Bahn's
I'm like, I will like hold it up, like, you coming?
he shakes his head now and looks at all the slaves, like kind of points to him, and says, "No, I'm gonna try to find something else. Go ahead. Good
You're
luck.
gonna miss all the fun.
We'll see."
I will, step in. Yes.
Okay.
Not in a flashy way. More like you casually stepping in. Just I've done this before. I need to go up walls or.
Oh, you kind of roll your eyes. You just kind of like walk forward.
Yes, exactly. Like blah blah blah. Fine.
Yeah. The camera still like slowly pans up as you like strut outside, though. It's all very cool. Okay, well, and then Alaric
goes invisible.
Yep.
Dashes into close to the center of the pit.
Okay.
And from a bonus action, cast Inexorable Summons. Reach out my hand to the pit and call Dara Warrior to me.
Oh, okay. Reach out your hand toward a creature and call out to it. The target teleport. You don't have to see the creature?
Nope, just have to call him.
Target teleports on occupied space. You can see within 5 feet of you. An unwilling creature can make a wisdom saving throw. If it succeeds,
if he doesn't want to be.
Yeah.
If he doesn't want to be seen.
30. Does have to be within 30 feet though. Maybe you should get closer.
Let's see.
I still have movement if I need to. I just don't.
I'll move that way.
I think you're actually probably close enough. It gets harder because the pit is lower down, so we're using 3-dimensional, but I think you're close enough. However, as I mentioned, they are quite insane, and he feels a spell going after him, and he is going to try to save against that. Then we're going to start.
DC 18.
I guess we'll have Millie do an actual surprise round, and then we'll start actual combat here. All right, wisdom save.
DC 18.
Also, he has magic resistance. But he is not wise at all. Let's see. No.
Good.
So, reach your hand toward a target. It's a bonus action. All right, so you teleport, calling out to this creature you saw only momentarily, and you feel it pull towards you.
And I want him to be behind you.
It is teleported within 5 feet of you. And all of a sudden it appears, but you are still invisible, so it can't see you at all whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
Millie, go ahead and give me your action since you ran out here and just started attacking, and then we're going to actually roll for initiative.
You got it. So she's going to first make a strike with her long sword. Does an 18 hit that guy?
He brings up his shield, but your 18 does actually connect, and he doesn't quite get the shield up fast enough. And seems rattled by the fact that suddenly there's this new combatant that just ran up the walls and came down with a sword.
So she does 14 damage to him. And let's see. Then she is going to attack the other guy that's over here with an unarmed strike. And does a 16 hit that guy?
That one deflects with the shield.
Then she is going to use a key point to use. Where is it? Focused aim. I'll use a key point to add 2 onto that. So does an 18 hit that guy?
Yes, it does. Has been
Then
discovered.
she does 12 damage to that guy.
Boy.
And because she used an unarmed strike on this turn, she gets to use. Where is it? There are so many things on my character sheet.
Is it fun playing a level 10 character when you've never played this character in combat before?
Yeah. She has what's it called? I'll find it, but it's she can make a parry. So it adds more to her armor class if she makes an unarmed strike while she has her weapon in her hand. I'll find that. If I can't find it, I won't add it
the
on.
Kensei
but
thing?
yeah, it's a Kensei thing. So, but yeah, that is going to be my turn.
Is that it? Agile parry?
Yep, that's the agile parry.
Cool. All right, let's go ahead and start with some initiative, and let me actually open this thing up. I also, all of you who entered the arena floor itself, as I mentioned how disgusting this area is, covered in bodies and viscera, I need all of you to give me a Constitution saving throw just for being in here. Because it nasty. Let's see. So Millie is fine. Snips, did you have advantage for some reason, or you just rolled both of them?
Yeah, it's rolling both, but it's an 11.
Okay. And Zaberi, Bahn, you're okay. You're actually not in the grounds itself. The pit itself, I should say. But if you do walk in there, then let me know. I'll make another save. And then Alaric, did you have advantage?
Not unless it's a spell-like effect from undead.
It's just a nastiness effect from Legions of Death.
No, I do not have special nastiness defenses.
Snips, Zaberi, and Alaric, you all have the poisoned condition while you're in here. You are literally just choking from the nastiness. It is overwhelming your senses.
Sorry, it's just something that's permanent? Or do we get rolls?
You get the feeling that it will be sticking with you until you get out of here at this point.
Oh. Well, that sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I won't have to worry about it then, because I am immune to poison.
Immune to disease and poison. Damn! Alright. That does probably matter here. You also rolled a really good con save, though.
So this is more of a poison than a disease thing, right?
I will probably... If somebody is immune to poison, then I might make them immune to this. Or disease, and if they're resistant, then I would probably let them have advantage on this.
I have resistance against diseases from being a dhampir.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give you advantage then. So the 20, we can count that.
I'll take that. Thank you.
Yep. And see, Bahn, you've got that ring of poison resistance, and that would help you here, perhaps. All right. Millie got the party started, but oh man, I get to roll battle music. We haven't had a battle in so long, y'all. Had to take y'all to a literal death arena to have an actual battle finally.
One session, Eric. One session.
And yeah, finally. And these Darkhool instantly, they've been mowing down all these people with nary a care and almost look bored, but then they're glancing at all of you who look very powerful. Obviously, Millie is closest. This one will just start annihilating people around them, trying to get closer to you. Probably by slashing at these. What are these commoners? I got nothing. Yep. So that one just lops off the head of this random person and strides forward. Alaric is invisible, or he'd probably go towards Alaric. And then moves towards Millie and sneers at you. And because he's got a shield in one hand, the only other thing he can do is try to get closer to bite at you. But I don't think a 10 is going to be able to hit you.
Nope, that is a miss.
All right, this one is already that you actually attacked before, is going to try to hit you with a claw attack. Or no, he's going to hit with his... Yeah, he's going to hit with his claw. A 23, perhaps?
That just barely hits.
For 14 slashing damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw because he is Darakul.
You got it. Con save first. And said 14.
14 damage, yep. And then it reaches in with a bite when it tries to get you close. A dirty 20.
And that one misses.
Oh, look at Grandma with the AC. Damn.
Yeah, literally the 23 like hit because her armor class is 23.
23? Holy shit. Snips. You see the Darrow. You don't see Alaric. Alaric's invisible, but you see the Darrow just appear out of thin air right here, looking very confused and wild-eyed. Some of your companions have entered the field, and Millie is partially surrounded now by some Darakul. And you see around you there are several people who are looking at you like, the fuck are you doing? Like in the stands, or like, get down, like in front.
Like, I paid for these seats, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and target one of the Darkwool sort of next to Millie, since the other one really can't see Alaric. Yeah. And I will use steady aim and shoot my shot. That is a 26 to hit.
That does hit, for sure.
And that is 20 points of damage.
Ooh.
And I'm just gonna sneer at the people telling me to sit down and end my turn.
They, you see a couple of gasps and stuff. They don't seem very happy that you're attacking from the stands, and a couple of them look like they're like whispering that they're gonna toss you into the arena. They're like, he's cheating, he's attacking up from up here. The beetle, the Darkwool top of the beetle tries to like angle it more towards you, but there's a couple people in the way. So it's still busy chomping on people. Let's do a bite, a claw, and a claw. And it's just eliminating people left and right. Perhaps one of them was a dear friend of Millie's. Screams echo in the chamber, but also cheers. You're just hearing the cheers and claps and stuff as this creature absolutely annihilates people and starts moving this way. Probably kill this one as well. Basically getting ever closer to where you are. He's trying to angle the beetle down towards where these you all newcomers are arriving in. Bahn, down there just kind of awkwardly hanging in the tunnel with all your peeps.
I'm gonna take the 4 in the middle. I'm going to take their arms and make them hold on to each other's wrists to make a seat. And I'm going to climb up on top of their arms and say, take me to the stands.
And they're all still like, they have the, what is it, dead mind powder or something that makes them very like
kind of out of it.
languid.
Docile.
Yeah, docile.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guard's
So I wanna
not
make, like,
approvingly at this.
An arm litter.
An
is what I
arm
wanna
palanquin, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, they.
That's one of the most epic Bahn things ever.
That's
Amazing.
extremely Bahn. Yeah, they literally form and take you up into the stands. See if I can actually kind of put you in the middle.
Yeah. So if that's like 2 rounds or something, I'm, however long that takes for me to get up there.
I mean, it probably takes just a full round for them to march you, because that's all they can do on their action is just move you up there, and you can find a spot. And there's, like I said, other ghouls and kobolds and folks who look at you quite approvingly that you're doing this.
Yeah. And I'm trying to look as regal as possible as I'm doing it.
Yeah. All right. I will give you a point of inspiration for that. Does seem quite appropriate. The Daracool on top of the beetle is going to take a hand axe and attempt to throw it at the Darrow, who you recently teleported. Gets a critical hit with a thrown hand axe.
Oof.
Doing 9 damage, and it just sinks right into the Darrow's chest. It's like, "Argh," it coughs up blood. It just kind of screams back, and like, just absolutely wants to jump into this fight as well. Zaberi.
So that big little Korean thing doesn't attack us. It's just right in there for the ride.
I don't know yet.
Grandma seems to be in trouble here. Let's help out. Select my character for some reason. Oh, okay. Oh, I don't know if I can get in there. So these people are like actual people. Like we have to consider them people. You know what I mean? Like to move in terms of space.
I mean, it's up to you, but in terms of space, they are occupying the same space as a person would. The only thing I can't really do is simulate the fact that everything is constantly moving, because we'll all lose our minds when I'm trying to shift tokens around.
Right.
But this is the abstraction of the fact that the battlefield is full of bodies, yes.
Okay. I can still reach, actually. Here.
You can always use checks or things to try and get people out of the way, or whatever else you want to do too. They don't have to stand there like statues for the whole fight.
Yeah, no need. I got range. Like I'll get an owl to do a little swoop over.
Nice.
Have this guy in the head, a little distraction, so I know I don't have disadvantage at least.
Yeah.
Let's go for a swing.
Get the handkerchief out. Like, oh.
28 did.
28. Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Attacking number 2.
Believe him. Yeah, the one on her left. So
Okay.
15 slashing.
Okay, these
Do it again.
Daracool can take a beating. Some of you have fought them before.
Do it again with disadvantage.
Jeez.
Okay.
Look at these rolls. 18,
27.
19, 17.
11 slashing. He's still standing.
He's still standing, but looking extremely bloodied now. And
Okay,
rasping
one-
at you and
another-
screaming.
Wipe and then a butt end. 15?
That one does not hit.
And I am done.
I had to see +1 butt. Like, yeah. Maybe
all comes like-
you get a +1 butt. That's all I'm saying.
I'm done.
Okay, I can actually put the owl here if you want to see more of the stands too.
Sure.
All right, these Daracool are not happy with the amount of damage you guys are doing. They are now turned, really focusing entirely on all of you, but Millie is still definitely the tank, although with her AC, I guess that's a good place for her to be. Did I close there? No, there it is. So this one will attempt to swipe at you with a war pick. Is there attack? 18 does not hit you, Millie, I believe we determined. And then try to lean in for the bite. And also not hitting you. Now they're getting real frustrated. Invisible Alaric.
Okay, let's see what shenanigans we can get into now without a chaperone.
I only attacked with 2 of them. Was that on purpose?
Wait, me? Sorry?
Yeah, you. There's 3 Darko right there, right?
4, technically.
They're on different initiatives.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see that.
Moving off to the left here. One square too many. That's all. Okay. Got a little bit of a lag, so I'm kind of getting a poke over here.
When you get close-ish to the pit, Alaric, you can definitely see something large moving down there.
Okay. I've got a big ask for you, Eric.
Okay.
I need a 30-foot radius circle, please.
Around you?
No. It's gonna. Alaric is calling down the light of justice.
God, 30 foot is huge, yeah. The light of justice.
Many, many Tekla farce and brings the Allfather's light down, and I want it to hit the pit and over towards to help out Millie, so be on the backside of over that way and hit any of the dark right there.
Hang on, somebody keep that circle there. Let me.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't realize you were trying to draw one. Otherwise, I would have kept it there earlier.
Grab a circle real quick. Where's the bottom? I can't see the bottom.
It's 10 feet.
Alright, is that 30 foot? 30 foot radius is giant fucking gantic.
Yep.
It's like a little bigger than that.
Okay. It's literally hard to get a circle this big. God damn.
So there's Fireball.
Alright.
And then there's Dawn.
And there's Dawn. Yeah, 5th level spell of light. The light of Dawn shines down.
Pure sunlight.
Of pure sunlight. The cylinder appears. Each creature must make a con save, taking 40-10 radiant damage on a failed save, or half as much damage. Each creature. And you're doing this with a whole bunch of people around. Just so we're aware.
Including our Darrow friend.
Not the Darrow, it's Overmore.
To the right more?
This is I'm trying to hit. Okay, never mind.
I mean, yeah, I can let you do it. I just want to make sure where we're going to hit this thing.
Alright.
I can't give control.
You said up here was the You said up here was the Jericho seating section?
That's what Bahn saw, yes.
Can I see it from where I'm at now?
This you can see enough to tell that there's a nicer section up there. Yeah, it's basically like here, like where you see the two ends meet and just form a straight line in the back. That's kind of where the upper. It looks like that's like all Daracool up there, and they look a little better dressed than everybody else.
So bottom of the circle at the bottom of the pit, up. So bottom of it is hitting up from Daracool.
Like,
I want to nuke the pit, whatever this avatar of flesh.
You I don't know how much information to tell you. When you saw the big creature in there, in the pit, you also caught a glimpse of cages down there. And you think there may be people down there.
So, in this pit, are there cages that are underneath, blocked by a room? Like, blocked by a ceiling? or open to direct sky?
They look like they're just open. They're just like up against a back wall near where this large creature is.
So what you're saying is when I go over, I see innocence with this creature in the middle of it.
Yes. I was debating because I was gonna wait until you got a lot closer to see that, but with you doing this, I want to make sure you're fully aware of the situation, because I do think you'd be close enough. You'd be looking around the pit. You might have been able to catch a glimpse of this. That there does appear to be
those cages are open to direct air.
Yeah, it's
They're not
it's just
covered.
it's an open ass pit, open on all sides, and against the back wall looks like there's just a row of cages with people inside.
How big's this creature that I can see?
Pretty fucking big. It is monstrously huge. In fact, I think huge is the literal term. Yep.
Does it appear? Does it appear mobile?
Yes.
Especially when it splashes up out of the pit in a second. Make an omelet. Crack some eggs.
Have to. This
I
is an
apologize about
avatar-
throwing multiple wrinkles in, but I just wanted to.
Yeah, this is an avatar of an evil god. I have to do this. So yeah, I'm going to try to minimize the collateral damage, but I'm going to drop a beam of sunlight down on this thing's head and try to hit as many Delacool people up in the stands as I can without hitting obvious non-combatants. So
Okay.
so,
I don't think there's any way for this. It's all this one area, right? It's a huge 60-foot radius of damage. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So everybody gets to make a con save in here. Honestly, I'm not going to make con saves ready in the stands, but they are taking a shit ton of damage. And immediately the effect is crazy. Like nobody and what's interesting is I think because your greater invisibility doesn't get broken unless concentration is lost on the caster, correct?
Right.
Right.
Okay. So nobody knows what happens other than sunlight just appears like in a huge cylinder above the arena and everybody just loses their shit. Like this is mass panic. People are like fleeing the, I mean, not at the moment, we're still in combat, but it looks like this creates a huge amount of panic. Alaric, you hear very human screams that come from the bottom of this pit. People are getting burned alive with the power of radiant damage.
It fits with my nightmares. It's nothing new.
Bahn shields himself from the bright light and goes, "Ah!"
It's a con save.
Yep.
All right, so it's each creature con save. Half damage successful one. Must make one of its ends its turn in the cylinder.
I'm
Okay.
waiting for one of those things, one of those labels to say Zingo.
Where do you think I was gonna put Cinco?
Yeah, I was gonna say there's only one place.
I warned him. I told him there were people in here. Oops, that's gonna be too big.
We're gonna have a vampire versus monk fight.
Perhaps.
Although nobody knows that he did this.
Yeah,
So-
that's the thing.
Yeah,
Well,
everybody
maybe
just
you
sees
see-
sunlight appears, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not something I'm known for.
Not something he's known for, that's true. Weaponizing the light.
Does it re-roll? How does stuff like this work? Does it re-roll the damage when it's moved as a bonus action, or does it maintain the same original damage?
I always end up rolling different.
Re-rolling.
Yeah, re-rolling every time we do. If every different instance of a thing, I think, is always worth re-rolling. Let me add this old boy to the group initiative. And we'll start with Millie, still surrounded by Darkul, although at least one of them is very heavily wounded at this point.
Okay, when she hears all the screams from below, she goes, "No, my friends! I have to save them if I can! Out of my way, you bastards!" And she starts punching the people around her. She's going to start with the guy that is really injured. Actually, she'll attack him with her longsword first. So, oops. Sorry, that was not what I meant to press. Does a 16 hit that guy? I don't think it does.
Yeah, they've got shields up.
But she will use a key point to add 2 onto that.
I like that you've exactly nailed their AC, like, right off the bat. It's like, I can calculate this. Alright,
And, so she'll use that key point, and so she'll do... if you want to use the 6 that I originally rolled, that's cool, too.
Yeah, I think that case, because you were just modifying the original damage, or attack roll.
Yeah. And then she is going to, for her second attack, she'll attack that same guy with a longsword again. Ooh. I'm gonna use my inspiration on that one.
Why is someone targeting my character?
There we go. 23.
It's your support backline. It's all right.
There's a sniper out there.
You see a red dot. 23 does hit.
So she'll do another 13 on that guy.
That guy looks like he is almost dead. He is like gasping, blood spitting up.
Okay, so she'll use one more key point to use the bonus action to do the flurry of blows. So she is going to use that roll. Why is that not rolling?
Not quite.
Oh, let me try that one more time.
Also, did you say longsword? Because the thing says spear two-handed. I don't know.
Oh, I pressed the wrong button. I meant longsword two-handed.
Too many weapons.
Could I roll the longsword two-handed damage for that last one?
Is that
or
better
do you want
damage?
to keep it like that? Yeah, it's a little bit better.
Can we just math it? What's the difference of the damage?
Oh, it's fine then. It's not that big of a deal. It would be like 1 point, so...
I mean, I can do one more damage. It's fine.
Okay. And then I'll use my unarmed strikes, 2 of those. 1.
Yep.
That one hits.
9
more. Does that thing die?
Exactly takes that one out. You want to do it non-lethally or lethally?
Let's do it non-lethally.
Okay.
And then she'll do this guy right above her with her second unarmed strike. And that one, I'm not going to spend 3 key points to get that to hit. So that is her turn, and she's going to have her agile parry back on again.
Okay. Insane AC.
Oh, Eric, with that much sunlight in the room, there's probably not any blacked out areas.
I tried to get rid of them. I don't know how much it showed up on y'all's. Oh, I know why it's doing that, because it still has it around the corners. Let's see. Let's just get rid of the whole thing right there.
I see a bunch of X tokens now.
Yeah. So what you see is this large, almost looks like a mouth with 3 trunk-sized legs and 3 large tentacles sprouting out of its back and sides. Some of you may recognize a creature similar to this, but this is a far larger, nastier thing. It also has these just like rotting pustules all over its body, and its pit is just covered with more. It makes the top of the pit look like perfectly clean, like just cakes and layers of bodies and blood and viscera. And yes, you see a bunch of cages and people inside. All those people have been fried from the radiant sunlight, still firing down, and you can see this creature inside is not a fan of the sunlight either, and it gives off this horrible, just screaming sound that emanates off the walls, and everybody who's been watching and cheering, obviously they're screaming because of the light right now, and now they're really getting quite upset about being able to suddenly see this creature and have it be so upset.
Is it in? Well, never mind.
So that was Millie's turn, I think. That Daracool is dead. This one, and Millie's still tanking all these Daracool. Will be trying to attack you. Wisdom checks for line of sight and attack rolls while it's trying to see or attack in direct sunlight. Okay, the Daracool also are not a fan of the light and are pointing around trying to figure out where it's coming from, but they are not certain what's doing that. They'll be attacking Millie. Is a no and a no. Snips, I want you to make a strength.
Yeah.
For a moment, you feel a couple people get brave enough and try to literally shove your ass down into the arena. So give me an athletic. Give me an athletics check.
Yeah. +0 or +0. I can't go wrong.
Oh! Whoa! You know what? With the nat 20, the person coming up trying to shove you,
He falls off.
you take him and just do the maneuver where you just end up making them fall over into the arena. Like, ah!
Like you should, you guys should be careful. It's kind of slippery up here.
Roll 2d6 for me. Because
there's a small cheer that goes up as a result of the.
This girl
person
literally
falling.
she falls over and falls 20 feet into the arena floor. Zaberi, you just see a ghoul falling down right next to you, like conk.
I look up.
All right.
Thanks.
All right.
You ordered a ghoul, right? And it's prone. All right, you may
5.
resume your turn. You're not sure if they would even try that again because now everybody's freaking out about the sunlight situation too.
Yeah. I'll be all right, I guess. I will. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and try to snipe the one right in front of Millie. And same thing. Steady aim. So 17.
17 does not quite hit with their shields up.
Gotcha. And I can't move now, so that's it.
All right, yeah, and thankfully it looks like people around you are thinking they're more distracted by the sunlight than by you.
There's nothing worse than
Perfect.
the class comparison of a monk.
Of a monk having like 6 attacks,
Like-
yeah.
I know. I'm
And it's
like, what?
I
class is
missed.
he again?
Yeah, monks are sick. High level monks are great fun. The beetle. Line. Yeah, let's try and do that. Oh, do not have it though. It's gonna have to. Actually, no. I can just step right here. Again, with the Daracool kind of guiding it, it seems to guide it towards you, Millie, and it starts attacking you with its claws. All these good attacks wasted on you. And actually, what am I doing? It's got a 10-foot range. It didn't have to be that close. And a bite. Oh my gosh. However, you are just dodging out of the way with your awesome monk skills.
Does that higher AC list last forever?
It
go-
lasts.
go.
It's I believe it's until the start of my next turn.
Right,
It's
'cause-
only if I have a weapon in my hand and do an unarmed attack. So, you can use it to defend yourself as a melee weapon. You gain +2 on armor class until the start of your next turn.
Your natural armor class is 21.
I put on mage armor right at the end of last session.
Wow.
So mage armor adds 3 to my armor class plus dexterity modifier plus wisdom modifier for monk.
With the sunlight, you can fully see the creature known as the Lord of All Flesh give off a crooning wail. Does the sunlight affect it when it's its turn, Alaric? How does this...
I think it starts. If it starts, it's starting there.
Let's see. When the cylinder appears, each creature in it must make a con saving throw, taking 40-10 radiant damage failed, save perhaps much successful, and a creature must also make the saving throw whenever it ends its turn in the cylinder.
Okay.
So it is motivated to get the fuck out of dodge, and and the whole ground shakes when it moves. There's these giant legs, and it seems to scramble up. It swings its tentacles up, and with the power of its tentacles, thrusts, and its legs kind of form a just climbing maneuver as it thrusts itself up onto the platform, just immediately stepping on and squishing nearby people. And now the stands, they were already worried about the sunlight, full panic, full on panic everywhere. They are just like screams and people like just trying to get out of the way. Even the guards looking at each other going, oh shit, as this thing comes up. And the first thing it does is activate its frightful presence like a motherfucking dragon. Everybody within 60 feet, and yes, that's going to include the enemies as well, must succeed on a wisdom DC 14 wisdom saving throw or become frightened.
Boy, let's see if I can be frightened and poisoned.
Is it an Odiug?
It is a boss monster superpowered Atya, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'll burn the inspiration on that.
Oh dang! Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh boy, wisdom -1, go.
It's almost got that like fear of holes thing.
Mm-hmm.
Much better.
Let's do 1,
I don't
3,
I don't think I have inspiration for that one.
4.
Oh.
So DC 14. So this one's frightened.
Technically, I'm within 60 feet. Do I need to roll that?
If you are within 60 feet, then yes, it is frightening. Because people in the stands are also like freaking out left and right. Beetle is also frightened.
That was fun.
Then it reaches out with a large tentacle and attempts to grab the Duracool off of the beetle.
Excellent choice.
Misses with that one. It's got... Or no, it can't. It can... It screams in anger and lumbers up closer. Actually, probably just kills one of the people around it. Yeah, it just eats somebody. So it kills just several people, like because it went up here and stepped on people, and then it ate somebody else. Where were we on wisdom saves? Alaric is frightened. Millie is frightened.
Alaric.
Or no, sorry, Alaric got the...
I'll burn the inspiration for that.
Gotcha. It is a frightening thing that's entered the battlefield. This thing is extremely large and nasty looking. Bahn.
So is everybody like still watching around me, or are people like starting to get up because of the...
It is
sunlight?
mass chaos right now. People are leaving en masse. A few people are kind of treating it like I don't know, like anybody would during an insane thing happening at a show, like, yeah, well, this is fucking crazy, you know, or people who are like really like people are really here with their religious fervor, like on their knees, like worshiping, you know, this avatar of their god that just stepped out. Probably about 75% of the population though is like, oh no, fuck this, we're out of here. This is not. That dude's not supposed to leave the pit.
Okay.
So yeah, people are kind of like elbowing each other trying to get out.
Yeah. If nobody else is going to stay around him, because I think he was going to start trying to talk up like the crowd around him. If nobody else is going to do that, then I'll just do a bardic inspiration on Zaberi and say, "Slay Queen."
Screams over the chaos.
Yes. Yeah.
You mean slay my queen?
Yeah. We'll see. Right now, it's just Slay Queen. It's a bonus action.
Okay.
And I think it's all I'm gonna do. Honestly, I don't think I'm gonna do anything else. I might move. Tell my.
I'm gonna viciously mock the Lord of all flesh.
I don't think I do. Not yet. I'm gonna move my little crew closer down. Get closer to the edge.
Okay. They're perfectly fine with that. Yeah, the guards down here are looking real nervous, by the way. They're looking at each other going, we don't get paid enough for this in case the Lord comes their way. The Darrow, maybe much to your disappointment, is armed. He's got like a sword, and he is not frightened. You think maybe his insanity helps him with that, but instead he just rushes forward and attempts to attack the Lord of all flesh.
That's not helping.
I mean,
Yikes. It's helping. Or it's sort of helping.
Make some hits though. Dude is pretty strong. He looks like he's a capable Darrow. Armed with some decent abilities here. However, he is also looking at that sunlight going, that's not... And like all these creatures are not a fan of this. Let's see. Deals some damage. 8. However, the Darrow himself is also looking quite injured. It's not that much. 11. 7. When he attacks, though, the Lord's body erupts with its pustules and deals damage back to the Darrow. And the Darrow terribly fails the Constitution save and becomes covered in nasty disease. And just awash in the poison and nastiness. The Derek will up here is thinking he's gonna take the, he looks around and takes the with the beetle of frightened especially, he disengages. He hops down from the beetle and just runs and just starts loping towards the wall. Already took disengage, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Makes it to about here, and it's like he's trying to just get towards a wall and maybe like try to climb out or something, but his will is absolutely broken. Zaberi.
Alright. It's a big monster. Let's go kill it. Don't have to get within 5 feet, because I got brain.
That was good, because you don't think you want to get within 5 feet of this thing.
Yeah, no, I saw that happen. I was like, yeah, that's fine. Okay, I cannot... Yeah. Oh, because it's through a wall. Can you bring my owl into the...
Oh, yeah, it is.
World?
Into
Thank
the
you.
world.
It was like, bonk, bonk, bonk. Like, what the hell? That's going to give it a little swoop in action, and I'm going to get an attack on regular...
I love that you can actually do that in the Roll20. That's great.
That's really fun. So this is just not with disadvantage. 21?
Yes.
Okay. So it's gonna do a 15 slashing. I'm also gonna trigger a menacing attack.
Are you
Why is
still
it-
poisoned though, or frightened, or whatever?
I got advantage from the help action.
Help action. Gotcha.
Yep, so neutralized.
Okay.
So trigger menacing attack. I'm gonna get a 8's worth of damage on top, so another 6 damage, and I also need a Wisdom saving throw. Assuming it's possible, it can be frightened. I really hope it can. That'd be amazing.
I don't know how to mechanically explain it, but it cannot be frightened. It's you like try to sense this creature, and it just has no concept of fear whatsoever. It only knows hunger.
Ooh. Keep swinging then. Disadvantage. 24 with disadvantage.
God,
rolling
yeah,
crazy.
that's still gonna blast him. He lost that
Okay,
net 20 then.
And so that's 14 slashing. Oh, it's
Jeez.
huge, not large.
It is
Okay.
huge. You want to try to trip him, didn't you?
I was going to try and push him back into the.
Oh, back into the pit.
I could also try and trip him. I was going to trip the beetle thing, but then this
Mm.
happened. Shove him down. So then I'll take one more swing with my bonus action, but end with disadvantage. 15.
15 still hits.
Nice.
Yep. It's a big ass monster.
Some 8 damage.
It's got some natural armor, but
So it's
you do a pretty damn good chunk to it. And its pustules are erupting like all around it, but you're kind of outside of that distance. And yeah, it looks real gross to be in there.
okay. I'm just gonna move over here.
Okay. The Darrow kind of looks at you with wide eye, just like, yes.
I'm safe. If I just had a moment like I was Luke Skywalker going into Princess Leia's cabin. We're here to rescue you.
Yeah. A little short for a Darkwool.
Short for him. Tall for a Darrow.
This one, yeah, for Darrow. So this one is frightened. I feel like everybody's just want to get the fuck out of here, honestly. So yeah, they're gonna take the disengage. Like you notice things really changed once this guy got on the field, and the Darkwool. This one also takes the disengage action and attempts to run like towards the wall, and looks to try to climb the wall, but can't quite make it that far yet. Invisible, still Alaric.
Let's see if we can add to the mayhem since nothing is going according to plan.
Mm-hmm.
So gonna move to the wall. Definitely let me move. There we are. So move to the wall. I would like to move my circle further up into the stand so we can start eradicating the undead presence of Darkwool in this place.
Okay. Sunlight just moves over like a majority of
Yes.
them.
Yep. Just to start baking the Darkwool.
Yeah.
And then the bonus.
People are treating it like a torrential downpour, where everybody's just like trying to like get under cover and hide under shit, and like anybody caught out is getting fried.
And the storm of unbefore proportions. Ugly and Beetle Ugly are next to each other, which allows for me to do a Reaper mode. So that'll be 2 kill pluses. Both hit.
It'll both hit, yeah.
Trying to get advantage on those.
What is Divine Strike?
Domain Cleric activity I get to add bonus damage once per round. So the first one will be a 14. The second one will be 7. So 14 against the big guy, and then 7.
Plus the other damage?
No, just the 14.
Okay.
I think. No, first one will be 17, and then the other one will be 7.
Okay.
So Scarab Beetle gets 7, and then the other guy gets 17.
17. Okay. Lord's actually looking pretty beat up. After it's taken some hits, the Beetle's taken just a few hits. We're still in the middle of this fight, but why don't we go ahead and take a break here? We've actually been going for about 90 minutes so far, and we will return and resume this fight because we're at the top of the initiative order again. So let's take 10 minutes, take a break, and we shall return to this Battle of Absolute Chaos. Alright, we're going back from our break and back into the utter chaos that is this arena floor, which is usually pretty chaotic, but this is especially so now that the sunlight is literally clearing the stands of people, and the monstrous Lord of all flesh has officially climbed out of the pit and just wrecking bodies, and even sending these Darakul hunters fleeing for the stands. We start with Millie. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just like to think the sunbeam is just going through the stands, and you see the lesser ghouls just dusting.
Probably. Like just vampires in sunlight. Just.
Mm-hmm.
We start with Millie, and you've seen 2 of the Darakul already cut and run, and it seems like they are just over this whole thing. They were keen on treating this like a normal battle, but once the Lord emerged, they're like, alright, we're getting out of here.
Yeah, and I was frightened by that thing, so I am going to have to use my stillness of mind to use my action to get rid of frightened. And then I'm going to use my bonus action to do let's do an unarmed strike.
You know what? Was this an ability that Chris constantly cried about? That like this would never, like monks would never be able to get out of the fear spell because of the whole action economy with that. And I was like, there's got to be a way. Like, what if you were like in terms of being charmed or frightened? So I'm glad we got to see this being used in a game, and I can point to like, look, here's a situation where a monk was able to cure themselves of being frightened.
Yeah, this is the only situation I think I've ever had to use this in, so it's perfect.
Awesome.
But then I'm going to use my my bonus action to do 1 unarmed strike. Not going to use a key point. I'm assuming a 26 hits the Darakul right next to me, right?
Indeed, yeah.
So that is a total of... Oh, actually, no, that is wrong. I forgot about this. The Eldritch Tattoo also gives me +1 to attack and damage with unarmed strikes. So that would be 15.
Gives you plus 1d6 plus and a +1?
No.
A different thing.
Its normal ability is... Let me go back to show it again. I think I still have it in the chat. Yeah, it normally does...
Oh, it always has the +1, and then you activated the...
Always has a +1,
okay.
+1. And yeah, then I activated the tattoo for the 1d6 force.
Okay. Yeah, probably put that in the character sheet as if it was like a +1 weapon or something, I guess.
Yeah, the tricky thing is that the +1/+1 only counts on unarmed strikes, so when I'm using my longsword, I can't use that, so it's like a weird little thing.
Yeah, okay.
But because I have the mobile feat, that means that I can actually just run away from this guy. And I'm going to go, let's see, 5.
You can't move closer to the Lord, right? Because you're... Or no, you ended the fright, that's right.
Yep.
Still
15, 20 and 25. She's going to get right up to this thing and get ready to attack it next round.
You glance
And that's
down
my-
into the pit, Millie, and you can see at least one of those charred bodies is of Zingo.
No, Zingo, my love. No, I'll never forget you.
Alaric's like, who did that?
I'll get whatever bastard cast that spell, this magical light, whoever it was.
Surely it was the Lord of all flesh himself. Erupted with sunlight. Radiating sunlight. Yeah, even though you punched this Darkul very heartily, he is still... all of them are just ready to flee to the hills and get the hell out of here. I will actually let Kim make a strength check, and he does manage just to climb up the stand. It's not easy. It's not designed to be climbed up. With an 18, he is able to do a running leap. One of those like at the end of the Ninja Warrior where it's like the curved wall, and they gotta do that jump up there and grab it. He does that and makes his way up into the stands. Snips, you see all that, but he looks like he's still just ready to join the crowd of people running away. And it is your turn.
All right. I want a bit of a conundrum now, right? Because I can't. I have line of sight, so I'm still frightened by this thing. I can't. All right. I guess I'll just. Can I tell how bad this monstrosity has been damaged?
Yeah, and by the way, line of sight doesn't actually matter for this one. It's just that at the end of your turn, you can repeat the save.
Okay.
Yeah, it actually looks pretty damaged. It came out here and got stabbed by a lot of folks. Got hit by Alaric, got hit by the Darrow, got hit by Zaberi. Like, it's taken a good chunk of damage. So it is like just pouring out, leaking blood and screaming.
All right, I'm gonna peg it with my longbow I'm gonna use steady aim to kind of cancel out the disadvantage I would have, so it's just a straight up roll.
26 will hit though.
Right. 26. But because I had disadvantage, no sneak attack, so it's just 8 points of damage.
11, I think. Sneak attack was the 8. It was a shitty sneak attack roll anyway.
Oh, okay. My apologies. 11 is correct. And that'll be it. And of course.
Yeah, Lord's looking pretty bad. The beetle is frightened of the Lord of all flesh. Still not getting its spray back. It will with... No, it's just gonna... It's gonna take the disengage action and also run away. It's frightened, it's getting the hell out of there. 15, 20.
Sorry.
Yep.
Can I apologize for not bringing this up, but my saving throw, can I make that?
Oh, yeah,
as
go ahead.
well?
Yep.
Is that a Constitution? Wisdom?
Yes, I think it's Wisdom. Yeah,
I wasn't
DC
sure.
14 Wisdom.
Perfect. Failed.
Not quite. Still afraid.
Right.
The beetle, let's see. 5, 10, 15. It's like trampling people along the way. Everybody's screaming. And it very easily like climbs its way up onto the stands, and that also creates absolute mass panic. These people are just having the worst time ever. This is gonna be all over the 5 o'clock Ghoul news. As this thing
Yeah,
is...
why don't you try pushing him over the edge?
Yeah, no, they're out.
Did you guys see there was a bull that had done that in a rodeo recently?
Oh my gosh.
Where it launches over the
Really?
fence and starts, yeah.
Wow.
Really?
It's funny.
Let's see. The Lord of all flesh is gonna activate its frightful presence again. everybody who's not already frightened, give me another wisdom saving throw. Or if you've made the save, then you're immune. If you didn't make the save, then you're already frightened. So I'm not sure if I need to use this again, actually. Right? Because it doesn't make any sense now that I think about it.
He's just scaring the people that's on the other side of the fence.
Right. I get that's true. If he's moving, then he can get more people in his radius. That's true. But if you're already frightened, then you're already frightened, and if you made the save, then you can't be frightened again. All right. So, but he is constantly radiating that aura of fear. The Lord will attempt to tentacle Millie back there, because you strode up right next to it. But a 10's not going to do it. It will attempt to tentacle the Zaberi. 15's probably not going to do it. Lord, you're kind of disappointing me here, man. And then it will attempt to bite the Darrow, which it will activate its Blessed Hunger and gain advantage on this attack. Oh my god. If it rolls a 20, it regains hit points equal to half the damage dealt, and obviously does a shit ton of damage to the Darrow. The Darrow screams as the Lord absolutely just sinks its teeth into him, and it seems to gain some of its life energy back. And the Darrow just collapses to the ground.
Sorry, I've had two things to interrupt you, but you're going real fast and I couldn't slow you down.
Go ahead. No, sorry.
The second one that attacked me and missed,
okay.
I'm gonna riposte.
Okay. You only have one reaction, but just throwing that out there.
That's a good point. I'll save that one then. And what I'm gonna do is use my fighting style interception, and means I reduce the damage that the Darrow took by 1d10 plus my prof bonus. What's it's +3, right?
At this level, I think it's a +3.
It's not 4.
I honestly don't know this.
It might be a 4 actually.
Is it a 4 now?
Yeah, mine's a 4, so I'm assuming across the board.
Level 10 might be when they change.
So I saved 7 points. No, 7 points of damage. He's still alive?
Yes. With 7 points of damage, he's got just literally a handful. Like, you intercept just the last teeth looks like gonna rip his heart out, and you just deflect it, and he still is on the ground, but still alive.
Sweet. Okay, all good.
All right. Very clutch maneuver there, though. Bahn.
He's going to yell from the crowd and say, "Get him out of there!" And
Gary's gonna yell back, "I'm trying!"
Then say, whatever magic words come with healing word on the Darrow.
Okay.
For 6 more healing.
Something along the lines of "Don't die, you lunatic," something like that.
Yeah. And then I'll give a bardic inspiration to Snips as my bonus action, and it says, "Well, you tried." Yeah, you're within range. It's a D10
for bardic.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
The Darrow is feeling a little less insane right now, and is on the ground. And you're not even sure. You just think he's just muttering to himself. He's on the ground right next to the Lord, and just staring up at it, and just mouthing and whispering and saying words, just trying to figure out if he's alive or dead. You're not sure what's going on with this dude, but he is not attacking right now, which may be good given that you see this melee attacks explode into poison. Derek will continue just fleeing the area. Zaberi,
My turn already?
your turn
Oh,
already.
yeah, 'cause I- all right. shit,
Most of
sorry.
the enemies are just fucking getting out of here now. They are just trying to leave.
I'm gonna
Guys out of the way too. Hang on. There we go.
grapple the Darrow.
Okay.
I'm gonna say come with us. So I don't know that is gonna make. If I go to grab him and like say come with us, is he resisting me?
I will give you advantage on it. And I
Okay.
know you're poisoned, so that should cancel it.
Okay, good point. Plus 13 to athletics. Let's see how this goes. I think that goes pretty well.
Oh, snap. You little like just throw him over your shoulder.
Twist him into a
he
pretzel.
just goes like a limp child, just like absolutely like just dead to the world.
That is the highest roll I think I've ever had playing.
A 33 is pretty damn impressive.
That is obnoxious. Okay. And then I am going to run away.
Just get out of there with your sack of potatoes.
Taking him with me. I'm gonna like sort of like I'm assuming this thing is gonna take a swing, so I'm gonna like literally turn and protect the Darrow with my body
Okay.
if it's gonna attack opportunity me.
It certainly will. Now we're not within 5 feet, but you're within 10 feet, correct?
I was, yeah, but it attacks me before at that range, so I know it can do it.
Yeah.
I think.
Wow. You got the nat 20 on you.
Oh man.
Anything I can do about that?
Is there anything?
Okay. Oh, no.
Nothing?
Nope.
This is going to be a problem, though, because it's a tentacle which grapples and restrains. And also does a shit ton of damage on a crit. 14 plus 2 plus 9 plus 9 is this both bludgeoning and piercing damage of the tentacles wrapping around you.
So sorry, how much is that altogether?
It's
18
20,
plus 18 is
34.
34. I'm gonna repose it though.
Okay.
Be a pain in the ass. I'm not sure what to do.
You rolled such a good athletics check before. If you want to yeet the Darrow so that he's no longer anywhere near.
Yeah, but that's absolutely what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. Just
14 doesn't hit, right?
14 does hit, actually.
Oh, nice. 12, and then I get my bonus die damage on top. 8. Oh,
Wow.
sweet.
Yeah, Lord's not looking so hot.
Okay, so but I am grappled, so I'm like
So you are still...
air basically, right?
Yeah, it's got 10-foot range. So basically you just take off and it immediately like, snakes out with that tentacle and grabs you. But I will allow you to yeet that Darrow.
Okay.
Like, I don't know, how far do you think you could throw a Darrow?
Like 20.
Yeah, probably 20 feet sounds good.
This sounds like a game show.
I know, I wish there was some other PC like right here and we could do some sort of hilarious shenanigans where you can just continuously toss this guy around.
Nobody tosses a Daryl.
Toss me. Yeah, and these guards also, they are basically just trying, they're distracted trying to deal with everybody over here, and like they're acting like security, like, all right, everybody file out this way and do all that. So there's really nobody down here anymore. But
Sorry,
yeah,
I'm also going to second wind.
okay. Well, oh yeah, I guess you can still do it.
Bonus action.
Still
I
your
just
turn.
don't know what it does. It's a D8, a D10 plus my level. That's pretty good then.
That is pretty good.
Fighter level is 9, so 16. Sweet.
Unfortunately, now you see Zaberi grappled and restrained by the Lord of Flesh. The good news is Lord of Flesh is taking a lot of damage and leaking blood like crazy, and it's starting to give off a crooning, wailing sound. As we go to Invisible Alaric.
So I'm gonna continue moving the sunlight to the left.
Okay, just sweeping through the stands.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Creating
very
like
satisfying screams in the distance that you can hear.
Mm-hmm. And trying to move a little bit closer to Zaberi. There we go. And then going to break out some more newness. Alaric is going to start speaking whispers of a beautiful, idyllic day out on the plains of Krakovar, talking about the beautiful sunlight, flowers, beauty, the things he misses of home, into the mind of the Lord of all flesh, and those 2 guards that were blocking the exit. So I need DC 18 Charisma save.
Charisma saves. Wow. Dream
Uh-huh.
Shear. Saving throw. How charismatic are you, Lord of all flesh? Not very is the answer. Oh, it's a noble roll though. And the 2 guards you said?
Yep.
Imperials. Charisma. Man, look at my saves. Were pretty solid though.
1 made it.
Yeah. Dream Seer on a failed save. They take 4d10 psychic damage. 21 psychic damage. And it's disadvantage. Wow, and attack rolls and saving throws to the end of its next turn. Lord's looking real fucking bad officially, by the way. It like sags, it shudders when this assault of happiness disrupts its hunger thoughts. And it actually is sagging now and looks like it can barely hold itself up.
That'll end my turn.
I love that you're using all these abilities that, like, nobody knows where they're coming from. Like, just the sunlight, nobody knows where it's coming from. This fucking vision, nobody knows where it's coming from. It's just, like, arena effects. Millie.
So Millie looks at the Lord of all flesh, right?
Yep.
So she looks at it, and it's pretty big in front of her. So she kind of spits on her hands and grabs her sword, and she looks at it, and she starts like running up the side of the creature, and she swings with her sword once.
Is the creature not a vertical surface? 26 does hit.
Doing 18 there. And then she is going to do a second sword strike.
Alright, first it's erupting pustules erupt all over you.
Oh, is that poison damage, though?
It is poison damage. You are immune, aren't you?
She is immune to that.
There you go. It still happens, but yeah, your monkness.
Yeah, she's just covered in like this poison pus like all over her at this point. And then she takes another swipe with her sword to do another 17 damage.
All right, Millie, how would you like to put down the Lord of all flesh?
She actually she slices off each one of its tentacles and then jumps down the thing's throat and stabbing it with her sword like right down the middle of its throat, and then jumps out and it just like bleeds all over the place and crumples over.
Exactly. All right, inspiration for that for sure. Yes. It just falls to the ground, and then anybody who is still in the area now just like a gasp and like hush goes over the arena, which is not very many. What you do note that a lot of the people were just like besides themselves in fear and trying to escape, and now that you've done that, suddenly a ragged cheer comes up from the survivors, which is probably only, half as many as when you guys came in here. But now they're all like cheering and seem to get some of their moxie back. Some of them go over and like even fight and start attacking the ones with weapons. Start attacking any Daracool that are still here and whipping out their weapons, and it really is kind of starting this little rebellion here in the arena. It's still your turn.
One more thing she wants to do is she wants to yell out, "Everyone, the revolution starts today! Overthrow your oppressors! The only thing you have to lose is your chains. And then she looks around. Is there any other enemies nearby?
That's what I was actually looking
this
at. I think pretty much. Yeah, yeah. There are still technically some Duracool around. They look like they're in the throes of trying to escape, and now they're almost being covered by all the people who are emboldened by all of your actions. And now they seem to be doing all the attacking for you. So I'm tempted to pull you guys out of combat and kind of turn this into a bit of a cinematic. Depending on what your choices are, I guess, how you want to handle this. I know Alaric just wants to keep burning people with sunlight. How long does that spell last?
1 minute.
1 minute, okay.
So round one, I did pull the Darrow out, and then I would 10 rounds of sunlight.
Yeah, okay. So I think for now, I'm going to go ahead and pull you guys out of combat. Because what you see is... yeah, like the revolution starting, basically. Like, suddenly everybody is fleeing into the outpost, which is causing a huge distraction for all of you. And what guards there were at the entrance are having to deal with just all the people and the fallout of all these people. I say people, the people in the stands, the undead and evil folks, and then also the former slaves and gladiators of the arena are now kind of surging forward, and now suddenly you're in the middle of this kind of giant rebellion going on in the actual outpost itself. But I want to know what y'all's like immediate response is to all of this happening. And you still have the Darrow on the floor who's like kind of coming out of being kicked his ass kicked.
Millie starts walking over towards Zaberi, and she kind of looks at Zaberi and says, "You have some great skills, young lady. I am very glad that you are here with me today. Thank you for your time today. You know, this isn't my circus, but you are my kind of monkeys."
I'll try not to take that personally. You are also likewise useful. She wipes off goo and shit all over from being grabbed by this thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're all
Alaric
real
will take as
nasty.
much advantage. Alaric will take advantage of being invisible as long as he can, and he's going up and shivving Duracool with his rapier whenever he can, and moving on, and
Just having time of his life.
Yep, as much as I can. I only have this for a minute. I'm going to make as much use of it as I can.
Yeah.
So exploit at least half the Coliseum with Bahn.
They tell
Stab a couple Duracool, you know.
stories of the day that the sunlight erupted, the Lord crawled out and died, and a ghost like murdered people left and right around the arena.
Bahn actually, as the crowd starts to, or as like the fighters in the pit start to surge forward toward the tunnel, and he's sitting there as a Duracool-looking kobold, or ghoul-looking kobold rather. He's gonna like clap his hands and encourage them to start getting out with everybody else, like in the turmoil, so that he doesn't get mistaken for somebody that has to fight against one of the people too. So he's trying to like leave with the wave, and he just says, "I'll catch up later," in the earrings.
Assume we're getting the hell out of here.
You tell me. And how do you want to handle the Darrow? Nobody's even interacted with him yet, technically.
Oh, that's good. Well, what's he doing?
He's just sitting there still, like... I guess he's finally, like, crawling up and picking himself off the floor and just kind of looking around in bewilderment. And just kind of muttering to himself.
Might be closest by, but I don't know as much about this situation as the other sort of veterans of the party do, so. I feel like everybody else is like, so what do we do with them?
Bahn, what do we do with the Darrow now that we've got him?
He'll respond back with, grapple him, and we'll chain him up. And
Add him to the
Yes.
entourage.
Millie pulls out her
You know we're in
manacles
the
and
middle of a
says,
slave
I got
revolution,
these.
right?
I will remind the party of why they were looking for a Darrow. They were specifically, you were told of a lead here in the underworld that may help you know information and just tell you where you need to go to rescue the Archduke, which is a former ghoul lord, self-styled king called Narrowzane, was deposed by when the Imperium came to power, but rumor has it Narrowzane still lives, and he had a Darrow cult specifically that worshipped him called the Cult of the Withered Hand. And that's the lead that you were given by when you got to the underworld, is what the kobold lady told you, is that the best way to find Narrowzane and would be to find this cult, which was exclusively Darrow, and they were like Darrow badasses. So that's all the information that you would have, and this is the first like Darrow badass warrior that you've seen.
Did Millie rescue any of her friends? Because there were a few on the floor.
Yeah. We'll say yes. There were a few that you probably... I don't know if you probably didn't get a chance to... perhaps a bit of a tragedy, but maybe ultimately fulfilling. You probably didn't get a chance to speak to any of them, Millie, but you did think you saw several of them within the crowd that were revolting and able to, fight back and then kind of surge out into the town itself. Now, you all still have to make it into the outpost. It's the only way out of here is through this outpost. When you make it out there, there is just a crowd of people. It's a bit chaotic with everything going on, but you do see the two, when you make it here, those two military ghouls. There's others like in the distance who are fighting back, and there's even Darrakul on ghoul steeds, and you've really like emptied the barracks, and they're really trying to deal with the human threat, and you think that it's maybe touch or go either way, and you do see a lot of people fleeing further into the tunnels versus trying to like hide out in the outpost itself, and the Darrakul are trying to retake it, but then when you make it out to the outpost, your nearest exit is blocked by two of these militaristic iron ghouls who stare daggers and bark out that you've all been identified as basically starting this whole revolution, given your descriptions. And I am going to pull you back into this map, and unless you've got anything else you can come up with, I'm going to ask for some initiative right here. I think I was still putting your tokens on this map. The Darrow is with you and following you at the moment, but still nobody's had a chance to really talk to him yet. He's just kind of hanging back and muttering to himself.
Can we attach him with manacles? Like maybe unlock one of the ones that we've got?
He'll allow you to do that for now, yeah. He still seems like he's in shock after everything that happened, after his near-death experience.
I mean, Bahn would recommend we can knock him out. first
Right.
if he's resistant too.
As I remember, there's the barracks is really close nearby, right?
Yes.
And there's just one door to the barracks.
Yes.
Do I have time to run over to that door and do something really quick?
I'm gonna have everybody go on initiative first, and then you can do your thing then. So I guess the answer is no.
That door past these guys?
It was
yeah,
it was just up here.
It's still in his palanquin.
By the way,
doors around the corner.
DM, I realized I can cast light. Give me more vision.
Ah.
Forgot it was Wizard.
More vision, eh?
Whatever light is. Light is
2020, I think.
Wow. I'm not used to being seen.
That was a weird battle for you, Alaric, by the way. You know what? I called it earlier with having the full martial team. Usually Alaric's having to be up front taking all the hits. Instead, because we had so many front lines, he could just be quietly casting spells invisibly. But despite all the chaos, you do see two ghouls, Dark Ghoul, and these are... I have to move him up there so I can put his number on them. These are full military regalia. Unlike the others, which look like, you know, security guards. And they have identified you as pretty famously tipping your hand within the arena. We start with Snips.
So, are they hostile towards us? I'm a little...
They're definitely hostile, yeah. They've identified you all as basically responsible for this huge revolt and also for killing the Lord of All Flesh, causing mass panics. Like, they don't... The only thing they haven't pinned on you guys are the stuff Alaric did since he was invisible. But there's also just... Now they're just kind of assuming you guys did all of that as being part of a group. So they are definitely hostile. You're not sure if they would necessarily kill you. They might just be arresting you, but they're doing so with extreme prejudice. And with all the chaos going on, yeah, they're just hostile.
Got it. All right. I'm going to... I mean, guys, are we... I'll turn to sort of where Millie and Zaberi are and just... Are we doing this? Are we...
Take them down.
Lord
Are we fighting these guys?
Rotbone will not stand for this insolence. Kill them. Let them
that
know
works.
that Rotbone.
Are you talking to us or them?
Oh, yeah. All right, that works for me. I'm gonna target this guy right here, and
Also, all of your poison conditions have expired now.
we
My God.
beautiful, and then bang him. That's a 28.
That'll hit. You breathe the sweet, foul air of a ghoul outpost.
That is 25 points of damage.
20, number 1 or number 2?
The one on number 1. Sorry, I didn't get numbers.
25. Definitely sink an arrow into that ghoul flesh. These ghoul look extremely hardy and ready for battle.
Oh, oops. That's my turn.
All right, Millie, now you can do your thing. You do recall this is the barracks right here.
Okay, so what she is going to do is she's going to run up this way. Let's see, 5. Make sure that I go enough space. 5, 10, 15, 20.
Let's see, there's...
Let's see, 25,
See if we can get around
30.
the wall.
Oops,
Huh?
30. Yeah, I can't get around the wall. There at 30. And she's actually going to take an attack of opportunity here
Okay.
because she's going to try running up that way. And she has not attacked, so she only has a 21 on her class right now.
It will try to... You know what, you're moving back pretty quick, so it's going to actually slash you with its claws instead of its glaive. 16,
Okay.
not gonna do it.
Okay, so she runs up, and where is the door? 35,
A
40,
little bit further than that.
45. I can move up
A
one
little bit
more, I
further than
think.
that.
No, two more. Okay, 50. Now I have 55, and I still have 60, so I can get up there.
You've seen the
Okay,
door.
she's going to get up to the door, and she is going to, as an action, she is going to use her immovable rod. She's going to put it through the door handles and press the button and just shut the thing.
Wow. Okay.
And then she is going to... Let's see, I think she can bonus action attack with a Kensei weapon. Yeah, I think she can. Where is it? She did not spend a key point this turn. She will spend a key point this turn. She's going to use 2 key points to do a quick heal, I think. No, that's an action. Okay, I guess that is... She'll use an agile parry. Not agile parry. Where is it? Not Step of the Wind. She has the Patient Defense. She's going to use 1 key point to do that. And that's going to be her turn.
Is it like the dodge action thing?
Yeah, bonus action dodge.
Okay. It's very...
So these guys are kind of similar to the guys that are in the pit. That we were fighting.
These guys, those guys in the pit looked like... they look like rich guys who paid to hunt game. These guys look like soldiers.
That's scary, because those guys took a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Stood up.
Yes.
Alright. Fine. Fun will be like, take a couple steps, then a jump. Woo! Some owl action. Oh, that's too much, but anyway, pretend it didn't happen.
Too much owl. Too much owl.
Too much owl action. Okay. Oops, wrong one. Sorry. Buttons are all different.
Oh, we've had a couple nat 20s, but none of them on a hit yet for you guys.
25 damage.
Or 25, and I'm totally freaking forgetting, even though I've done it twice to you guys, the massive damage table that you get to roll on crits.
Oh. I don't even know how to do that. Where do I do it?
It's on the macros, the collection tab, and then you need to use the...
Sorry, where do you mean? Sorry.
It's at the top, the 6th one.
Yep.
The little circles.
Oh, wait, the 3 circle. Okay. Oh, I see it.
And then you want to pop open the macro called massive damage.
You should be able to
Oh,
click.
Or
the
you can
little
click on your
dice.
face or your token.
Then, sorry. What?
Do you guys have buttons
Oh,
on
I
the
see.
bottom?
Oh, I see. I popped it out. I put in bar, and now I can see a button.
There
I
you
got
go.
it.
There you go. Perfection. Ooh, you got the good one. So the target is frightened, and you get 1d8 temporary hit points.
That's random. Okay. Why is this too complicated for me? Okay.
Nice.
Hell of a crit.
She's so hot.
Look at that.
I'm wondering. So if I superiority die on top of that, does that also double?
If you do a what?
If I do a superiority die for extra damage, does that also double?
I'm not sure, actually.
All dice double.
Yeah,
All
if
dice double.
if it's part
Okay.
of the attack, then yeah, because Divine
Mhm.
Smite, I know it does. Sneak Attack, I know does, so it makes sense that assuming your superiority is doing a damaging thing, then yeah, it'd probably be a good time to use it.
I've already.
I guess the only
I've
difference
actually
would be
already
is-
got them. scared, so I don't want to waste. It would be like 4 points of damage, and I can't really do anything that's on top of him being scared.
Oh, right.
So
He's already
if-
yeah, he's already debuffed.
So I would just continue to attack.
Fair enough.
And sorry, he's frightened. So I don't get advantage, but he has disadvantage. If I right, yes.
Does that somebody remind me about frightened? Is that correct?
It means he can't move closer, and I think he has disadvantage on attacks.
And saving throws, yeah.
While he can see me. Yeah,
I think that's
That
correct.
sounds correct. Yes.
15, I can I
Nice.
assume it's a hit.
Jeez, wow.
And then
17.
more.
Yeah, Zaberi is just monster. Oh my gosh! And another crit with the
Nice.
butts. Look at that butt.
I'm going home, guys.
It's a fine butt.
Good night.
It's
Oh my
a
God.
fine
25,
butt.
35, 42, 52.
Another 30.
Man, we could go, guys. Zaberi's got
15
this. We're good.
damage. My goodness.
Oh my
Just
God.
walked up and
That's
just
ridiculous.
fucking. Yeah, Koye.
I'm kind of tempted to action surge just to keep going.
Let's keep the magic
I
going.
thought the fight was in the
Right.
Coliseum. This is real tickets right here.
Way more fun. Oh, can I master
Back on a
damage
short
now?
rest.
Yes. Massive damage triggers on every crit.
Nice.
And the target's knocked
Nice.
prone. I don't think that gives you anything else. Or does, yeah, it gives you advantage now, actually, but I think that's the end of your attacks.
Right here.
I'm done.
Prone and frightened and lost a shit ton of hit points. I think we've got to get Zaberi inspiration for
bloodied?
that. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, you said
Come on,
inspiration.
action surge. Action surge. Action.
Yeah, you should do it for sure.
I
Finish
think
it.
we're gonna. I think we can have more
Finish
fights though.
I did mention that you think these guys, you can like see an exit ahead of you, and you think if you can just get past these guys,
Oh, okay,
unless you guys
go.
wanted to go through the entire outpost, but
let's fucking go.
We could hide in the restaurant, interrupt Ryan. That
yeah, you guys have to run by and like knock on it and get Rye out of there. You find
Alaric
a
has a temple servant to go to.
compromising position. 25 does hit with advantage.
25 to hit, 16 damage.
Oh my
Still standing.
lordy. Yes, still. No, well, he's prone, so technically not standing, but
It's just alive.
yeah, that was absolute nastiness.
18, 17 damage.
Oh my god. Still standing. How much damage have you done?
Okay, 65, 71, 80.
Over 100, right?
88 damage.
This is
88 damage.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
I did warn you that
And
they're
still
they're
alive?
bigger than the other guys. That's
I
impressive.
mean,
And Snips hit for 25.
Yeah, you have done terrible things to this soldier. Like, he was just standing up, had his glaive ready to go, and just and all of a sudden he's on the ground, like, cowering.
wow.
I didn't use any dice. It's even funnier.
Yeah.
That will be all.
The other one grunts and says in Darakul, which I think only Alaric can understand, is like, get up, stop embarrassing yourself. And moves to attack you, Zaberi.
Sorry, just 2 seconds.
Do I need to pause to give you a chance to react to any of these? What is your AC?
Yeah,
17?
sorry. This is way more complicated than I thought it was. Oh yeah, can I be here? Can I be here?
Can I be here? Yeah, like back against the wall.
Sweet. I'm gonna use my reaction to polar master him first.
Oh, okay. As he gets close to you.
Yep.
Sure.
He's got within range.
Yep.
Save normal. Back. 16. terrible.
Actually, it
Yeah.
does hit these guys though. Yeah, it does hit.
That's good.
They do not have shields. They have glaives like you.
8 damage and can I do this? That's fine. We're good.
All right. The first attack was a 15. I think that's a miss. Second attack is a 9, and third attack is a 17
Just hit.
for 13 slashing. It's a glaive on glaive battle. Seem also trained in the polearms. Bahn.
I look over at Snips and be like, "Yeah, I know." And I'm gonna
I
cast.
was gonna say something like, "She's mine. She's taken."
I'm gonna upcast heat metal on the one that just attacked Zaberi.
Wow.
Oh no, he's got so much metal.
It's kind of sucky damage.
Object takes 2d8 fire damage when you
So
cast
it's on the
a
armor.
spell.
Is what I'm wanting to cast it on.
Of course. So 13 fire damage.
Yeah.
He can't really take his armor
My
off.
con save's a DC 17. I don't know why it says spell save DC 16 in the description.
But they only make the save if they actually... Creatures holding or wearing the object takes damage from the creature must make a con save or drop the object if it can.
Okay.
If it doesn't drop the object, it's disadvantage on attack roll ability checks. So this is making the con save if it has that debuff then?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You said yours was a 17?
Yes.
Okay. So it is burning and very uncomfortable. Move it, give it.
And I'll give Alaric Bardic Inspiration and say, "Go get him, Tiger."
The one that's prone is gonna stand up and allow his military training to still attack you, Zaberi, even though he is frightened, which gives him disadvantage. But he still tries to swing the glaive at you regardless. Aww. Aww.
Slow down. Slow
Not
down.
too fast, sorry.
After the first one. Oh, I used up my reaction.
Yeah.
Continue on.
Oh, true. I think
Yeah.
19 hits you, the third attack.
The second and the third one.
The second one was a nat 1 because it's got disadvantage because of frightened.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. 19.
For 5 slashing. Rolled pitiful damage. It is upset. I think the frightened ends till the end of their next turn. So now it is officially not frightened anymore, but still very, very damaged. Alaric.
It's frightened me until the start of my next turn.
Oh, your next turn? Bad.
Enjoying the ability of having some frontline fighters and
Yeah.
getting to play with more of the spell toys. Going to check. I want this spell to actually work for it. Need a DC 18 Dex save on the one that is almost on number 2. The one's almost uninjured.
A spectral herd of ponies drags off a creature you can see within range.
I like to flavor it as nightmares.
Nightmares, yeah. Ponies just seems a little too cute.
Why did they say ponies?
I like that it specifically is like not horses, but cute ponies.
It's written as more of like a phase spell,
Yeah.
so I lean more into nightmares. But
Reflavoring. Which one did you want to target?
number 2.
Okay. Dex save. Does the heat metal give them disadvantage on saves, Bahn, or just on attacks?
I think it says it is attack rolls and ability checks.
Okay. I think it does make the save actually. Then a 20.
The spell, I've used this like 3 times now. This has
Yeah.
not worked once for me.
Oh,
It was a very painful level 4 burn.
yeah.
It's a saver.
Is it save or nothing? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
So-
you hear the nightmares go off, but this creature just like stands tall and they just kind of go through them.
Just move up a little bit to block for Bahn.
While it's smoking from the armor. Snips.
All right. I guess we'll just finish off the one. So I'll go ahead and ping this guy up here. 23
Yes.
for 25 damage.
Consistent.
Wow. Yeah. Headshot. You get it right in the face, and it just slumps forward. Tunk.
Huh,
Like 6 seconds, I hit this guy like 7 times. He's still standing, and you're
Kill
just like, he goes
steal.
down. I'm like, God damn
I'm
it.
like, sorry.
Almost got him.
Yeah, and then that's it. My turn.
All right, Millie, and I'll warn you, all the tokens you see over here are just me, like, again, abstractly, like, trying to showcase the fact that this place is full of activity and stuff in the where, but these aren't really combatants for the purpose of this battle.
Okay. Well, Millie is going to run down this way again. So let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. She'll stop right here because she can see that guy. And she's going to put her sword back into her purse. And she's going to pull out her bow, in fact. She's going to switch up some tactics here. And she is going to shoot her longbow at the remaining guard. I'm assuming that doesn't hit, so she's going to use a key point to add 2 onto that. With that hit.
16, yes.
Okay, so she hits with the 16, doing, and she's going to use an additional key point to do a deft strike on that, which is another Kensei ability. So she adds 1 extra d6 of damage to it. So 15 for that one. And she'll take a second shot.
Oh, snap. All the crits are coming out.
So then she does... Oh, that did not do the crit damage on that. I have to do 1 more d8. Let's see. There we go. Oh, okay. Well, there is 14 more for that one.
10, give the massive damage.
Wait,
macro too.
Oh, yeah, the massive
The
damage.
Death Strike didn't roll 2d6s.
Oh, shoot. No. Death Strike is only once per turn. Sorry. So it was only 1... It was only 8 damage on that one.
Okay.
Yeah. But can't take reactions until the end of their turn.
Yep.
And then since I used a key point, I get to use... Where is it? Key fueled attack. If you spend 1 key point or more as a part of your action, your turn, you can make 1 attack with an unarmed strike. Or a monk weapon. And all of her Kensei weapons count as monk weapons, so she is going to then finish off by running up towards this guy. And she's going to take a swing at him with her longsword. And the 16.
Yep.
Oh, and it does not do the Eldritch Claw damage. I forgot to take that one off. So it's just 6 slashing damage.
Okay. Ghoul takes quite a number of blows there.
So I assume in
And
this
that
campaign,
is going to be the end of her
ignoring,
turn.
Weapon putting away economy.
Yeah, I've never cared about that. It
You're
pissed
like,
me
that's
off.
that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
When I played Solasta, that drove me fucking insane too. I was like, holy shit, just like when you have to like put your shield away to cast a spell and then you can't put your shield back up because you already did it once, I was like, I'm losing my mind.
We turned that setting off.
Yeah. I was like,
It's a little much.
It's too restrictive. I can't. Now, granted, I've not played with a Kensei Monk before. He's literally like pulling out weapons every 5 seconds, but also it's like, that's like what their character does, so whatever.
It's fine. Yeah.
Zaberi.
Okay, sweet. Sure, why not? Because it's fun. Okay, so I'm just going to attack him normally for first one. 22 to hit.
Yep.
shitty damage, 8 damage. And I'm going to queue up Ender Strike. Forgo my second attack. Use a bonus action to direct Snips to take a shot.
Oh. I don't think I've ever seen anybody use this ability before. Or go whenever you're attacked. Use a bonus action.
Since he is engaged, you do get sneak attack bonus. Yeah.
Hey man, you gotta tell me twice.
Oh, that's a cool combo. You can have do with the rogue, yeah. There you go.
6. Not great, but that's alright. 24 plus 4, so 28.
28 damage. I'd say that's more than he could have done. That's awesome. Combo. You're just like expose. You're like attacking him, expose aside, and like shoot him.
Oh, I forgot to use owl on myself, so I'm gonna owl distract for the next person to attack.
Owl.
That gets help. Disadvantage. Oh, I should be using this with Snips for when you don't get advantage.
The heat metal, does that go off on your turn, Bahn, or on the Ghoul's turn?
I don't use it often enough.
It's concentration up to a minute is what it says.
Yeah, but how often does the damage trigger?
I can use a bonus action on each of my subsequent turns to cause this damage.
Okay, so it's something you do on your turn. Okay. All right. The Ghoul is gonna stay and fight, even though he's not liking his odds at the moment. And he's going to drop the glaive. Let's see, how far can he go? 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, he's gonna drop the glaive. He's gonna run, which is gonna trigger an attack of opportunity from Millie and possibly Zaberi, if you have a 10-foot range.
No.
Because he's running this way.
So Millie, you go first and take the advantage.
Will hit for 10. Fuck, this guy might not survive this.
Roll twice though, because you have advantage.
Oh yeah, the owl give you advantage.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Just in case you crit.
No, just the 19.
Okay. 20 will hit. Jesus, for 17.
Variant people.
Ow, this guy comes loping, like almost turns fair, like the smoking on the armor. 10, 15, 20. And also triggers attack opportunity from Alaric and runs straight at Bahn.
Okay.
It's not like having his armor on fire. Triggering 3 attacks opportunity. Fuck, 22 will hit.
And I'm gonna dump everything into this. 5 necrotic piercing. I'm gonna channel divinity as well. Gotta look up and do more math for you, Eric. Sorry.
What I'm here for.
5 plus twice my cleric level, which is now 9, so 18 plus 5. That's another 23 points of damage on top of the 11.
Is there something you can
Which
put in
ability
the
is
chat
that?
window to show us? Yeah.
I want to see it. I just want to see it. I'm curious.
Let's see if it'll... Yeah, touch of death.
Cleric hits a creature with a melee attack. The cleric can use channel divinity to deal extra necrotic damage to the target. The damage equals 5 plus twice the cleric level.
Yeah. So it's 18 plus 5, 23 points.
18.
Plus 11.
All right, hang on. How much is it by itself? Because I already did the 11.
By itself, it is 23 points.
23 points. Okay. The ghoul is in a rage and running, and both Zaberi and Millie get attacks off, and it looks like it's going to just race at Bahn and just claw your eyes out, and Alaric stabs it in the back and just unleashes dark, necrotic energy into the ghoul.
Ah,
And right when it gets to you, Bahn, it just suddenly gasps and just falls down and collapses, having taken like 40 damage through all of that. Jesus Christ. Or more than that, maybe. Holy crap.
Alaric turns to Bahn. I appreciated your help back there. Thank you.
Bahn nods and spits
John's
on
like,
the-
I did it, guys.
Yeah. Bahn nods and spits on the thing and says,
Bahn's still holding it.
My
Still
feet.
holding the. Bahn's still holding the heat metal, and just watching him cook.
Just
Yeah,
cooking.
yeah,
and
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. You hear the Darrow behind you say, how do they talk in common? Let me see. Ooh. What language? Does anybody know Undercommon?
I think that was Rye.
So, Rye's the only one I know that knows Undercommon.
If it's necessary, I will cast Comprehend that for languages.
Oh, okay. Because you
Oh,
realize
they
this
look
this
behind
guy's been
each other.
muttering and talking, and nobody's been able to understand him as he's talking.
Oh, I can't. Oh, I can't actually do it, but I basically mimic that later. I can. If we take a little time, I can ritually cast it. Like I don't have it chosen as spell spot. The spell.
Mm. He breaks out in very well. No, he wouldn't speak because you all look like Darkcool. So yeah, he's still speaking in Undercommon, but none of you can quite understand him unless you have time to cast that company languages. But right now, you're in the middle of an outpost having a giant revolution. As I mentioned, you're not sure which way this outpost is going to go. There's still a large, you've managed to lock the barracks up. There's a lot of ghouls out and about. You already saw there were multiple guards posted in front of a lot of the doors, for example. However, there were a lot of people, like dozens of people coming out here. And then all the arena people also came out, and they're all, pretty well capable of fighting if they need to. But you're just in the middle of this giant battle. You do see that you can kind of slip out, given all the chaos, especially given that you just took out these two iron ghouls. You can slip out into the tunnels, and when you guys end up trying to go south, the Darrow shakes his head and points north, down a north tunnel.
Well, before we head out, would like to ask the group an important question. Do you want me to destroy the barracks and try to take out this entire outpost? To kill as many Darkcool as we can in one shot?
Sure.
Important question.
Does it require
Just make
any
sure you
work
don't-
from me?
Pardon?
You go first.
Oh, I just might make sure you don't hurt that very nice cook that we met at the bar. He was a very nice lad.
You might want to go tell him to run. He'll have about 30 seconds. So I will let you run and do that, and about 20 feet on the other side of the bar, or on the other side of the barracks. I will cast Doom of the Pit. Basically creating a black hole that just starts expanding and destroying anything on the other side of the door.
Why is it that every spell you cast is like the length of War and Peace in terms of text? Good God.
Create the pit.
It's awesome spell.
Spends by 10 feet. Start returning each turn of the duration. You can choose the original conjure space. Like falling in into the void space. Succeed, creatures succeed a special pushing effect on the saving throw. The walls appear second slimy. Creatures, objects remain in the pit. Take 26 necrotic damage at the start of each of their turns. So ends your best by 2 rounds. It ends before the pit rises. Bring creatures to the back of the original. That's crazy, yeah. Sucks them all into.
So as we're leaving, I cast that underneath the barracks, and they can grab the cook and the servers, and we're out of here.
Just these guys think they must have just cursed some god or something. Like, all these like supernatural events just happening like all the time. They're like, it's the fucking rapture. In addition to like, that's like the revolution, the sunlight, like the Lord of Flesh crawls out, and now this void has appeared. Our door can't open. Like, this terrible things happening all the time.
And we may have just taken out a whole lot of Duracool to make the upper world just a little bit safer.
Yeah. Yeah, the chaos just continues to grow in this outpost for sure. Millie, do you want or do any of you want a chance to try and talk to anybody or do anything in the outpost besides just trying to GTFO? You're not even sure that Kobold Chef is there. He might have seen like all this crowd of people and maybe he's hiding somewhere or escaped or something. It's pretty chaotic.
Yeah, Millie's gonna look around and see that everything's just kind of turning to shit around her, and she's gonna say, "Well, it looks like the safest place is gonna be with you folks here, so I'm gonna be following you for a bit if you don't mind." And she's gonna walk up to the door right after the spell is cast and grab her immovable rod and put it back into her bag and say, "Well, you can lead the way then, folks. I'll just follow around."
Yeah, and the Darrow seems to, again, hasn't actually, there's been no conversation, but the Darrow seems to just kind of start walking, whether you let him to or not, towards the north, kind of the opposite. There was like basically a main tunnel going south and a main tunnel going north out of this outpost. You all came from the south one, and he just starts heading north out of it. And the whole time he's still like talking and muttering kind of constantly at low volumes and regular volumes, but none of you can quite understand his language. How much did you need to cast the ritual? You need like 10 minutes to cast that or something?
Talking to me? Yeah,
Yeah,
it would be. No, it's. I think it's only a minute.
I think it's 10 minutes to do ritual cast.
Well, it's 10 times the length of this, what the casting time is, so it would be 1 minute.
Either way, once you guys get
casting
out,
time is one action. So
once you guys get out of the main area, you've got a few minutes to kind of collect yourselves as you kind of get out. Again, it's just the chaos of everything that's happened, and you can kind of sneak your way out. And finally, when you cast that, you can understand what he's saying, and he's just muttering. A lot of it is complete nonsense, but you do hear him saying like, "Oh, Gorlu should have died back there. Instead, the god of hunger, walking flesh, old flesh, dies instead. New people smell funny, hit big." It's just like very strange, broken, weird talk, but seems to refer to himself as Gorlu. Does it let you speak to him or just understand?
it does not.
Okay.
So I'll just relate it to everybody and
Okay.
all hand signal.
He turns to you and tries to speak to you all in Undercommon. Because you all look like most of you look like Duracool. But and at one point he switches to a different language that's Darrow, but I don't think any of you can speak that either.
Bahn just keeps saying, "Withered hand, withered hand."
He speaks a few broken words and comments like, You no speak words? No mind? No speech?
Does he speak any Jericho?
If you try to speak Derakul to him, he scowls, and he basically speaks at the same level he speaks Common at, and he keeps trying to switch to Undercommon. But with Derakul, he's at least more understanding that maybe only speak that. It's like, what? Where go? Why fight? You chaos, death. It's just broken words.
Need to find the withered hand.
Yes, Gorlu, withered hand. Serve, king. The king.
Narrowsane?
He nods vigorously at this word, and you think the word kind of, it's like a proper noun where it's just the same in any language. It's like, yes.
Just point to all of us and say, Narrowsane.
Narrowsane, yes. And he says another phrase, you can't quite catch it, and he says it again, and he says, last king, Narrowsane, withered hand. Go, leader, Orda.
That sounds like another proper noun.
Yes. Orda. Orda, leader,
In simple
withered hand.
Jericho, take us to Narozane?
He scowls and says, take to Orda, test, Orda test, you.
Okay.
He points to all of you.
Of course he will. Of course he will.
I like test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Apparently we have to get into another club, guys.
Gorlu, well, test. Everybody roll a d20 for me. Find the Darrow has suddenly slipped free of his shackles and grabs his sword and attempts to just plunge it into Zaberi.
What?
And I'm going to give him advantage because none of you were expecting this.
Okay.
25 for 23 damage. And he cackles with insane glee and says, tell Orda, Gorlu sent you. And with his second attack, he takes his sword, and Zaberi, you get ready for him to attack you, and he plunges it into his own chest. And he's just smiling and cackling the whole time. Ah!
Would we have time to react to any of this, or is it just kind of happens in a flurry?
This is his surprise round, basically, as he jumps out and does this as part of his turn.
Okay.
Alaric, what are you doing? Reaction when you take when the creature in 30 feet of you is reduced to 0 points, makes a death saving throw. Your quick prayer prevents catastrophe. The target regains a hit point. You want to save this guy? Shrinking effect is a death saving throw. The target regains the hit point only, even if the saving throw is the target's third failed death saving throw. I could technically say you can't take reactions during a surprise round.
Technically can't. If he is surprised, he can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you guys really want to try to save this guy, I mean,
Oh.
you could try to do that. I don't
Save you from doing that voice for another half an hour.
He gave the information and then promptly just attacked Zaberi and then just killed himself. And all of you heard rumors about how the Darrow are just fucking crazy. And now you were just told to go north. He did point you, which you did see, like, you know, your map has been updated. So now you'll see. I need to lower that by a little bit. There we go. He points you to this area on your map and says that is where to find the Cult of the Withered Hand and to seek out Orda and tell her Gorlu sent you. You've got your heading, and I believe that is where we are going to end this session at exactly 3 hours long. Look at that.
Nice.
That will do it for this session of Empire of the Ghouls. Thank you to Amit, Brandon, Jason, Morgan, and Stan for playing, and to all the patrons for making these sessions happen. Shouts to Platinum patrons Joe, Will, Thomas, Stan, Brandon, Genocide, Eclectic, Roleplayer, Roll, Christopher, Corey, Big Nut, John F, John L, Eric, Taylor, Nathan, Camp Chris Lake, Counselor Andrew, Dell, the Reldron, Captain Woody 79, Stephanie, Patrick, Jason, Ismail, Amit, Lumpy, Spud, Sharney, David, William, Warden, Cutest, Fox, Harold, and Sam. And gold patrons RPG Papercrafts, Pretty Boy, and Yuma, The Lizard Lounge, Sam, Jerome, Nathan, Fast Like a Tortoise, Scott, Rufus, Carolyn, Jerry, Glenn, Marcus, and Mark. Thank you all very much for your support. Hope to see you all next time.
Thank you.
Bye.